Before we get started with today's video, we'd like to thank our sponsor, HelloFresh. And with HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your front door. Count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh's lineup of meals like steak and potatoes with béarnaise sauce, Southwest pork and bean burritos, falafel power bowls. I don't even know what a falafel is, but you know it's got to be fresh. It's coming from HelloFresh. Come on. And look at this chicken. My God. Looks so succulent and juicy. I definitely got to get a piece of that. And you want some too. So go ahead and
Welcome to the GRG podcast, the place for all your gaming news, plus hot topics of the week. Also remember to follow us on Twitter at KMega4.
Welcome to the GRG podcast. Damn, let me get those cameras on. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We're semi-live. We live. Well, I'm not live yet. Hold on, let me get in here. Oh Lord, yeah, I'm gonna look rough, but I'm in here. Oh, thank God for the Wii U.
Rough,
bro.
Not too bad.
Bro, I'm sweating over here, man.
So am I.
Sick.
Look at all this shininess on my cheek.
Well,
and my forehead.
you look like a licked Hershey bar over there. I don't know what's going on over there, bro. My ass is sick. Oh man, I lost a tooth today. I got all my teeth except for now. I lost one.
Oh,
I was trying to be like my Uncle Pie. My Uncle Pie used to eat pies all the time, and he never lost one tooth. And so I was trying to get there. I got all my teeth, even my wisdom teeth. And today I had to lose one of them. It's not my wisdom tooth. It was the tooth right before the wisdom tooth. And
so I got a question, K Mega. So you say you eat too many bean pies?
No, what is this? No,
Too many bean pies. You lost the tooth. I got you.
No. Uncle Pie used to eat pies because Aunt Crema used to cook. That's all.
Jeez.
Yeah, no, we're talking about old spiritual black folk right here. So I'm sorry, Don. This is a little bit different for you, brother.
Oh, the names, you gotta pause, man.
But that's what older folks. Well, I mean, these people are long gone. This was in the in the 80s. These people died in the 80s. But Aunt Crema, she would,
Man.
you know how like how you would look,
See what I'm saying?
how you would put
You
those
see-
pies on the window. That's what Aunt Creamer would do every day.
Viper.
Aunt
You-
Creamer.
Viper, you respect what I'm
Aunt
saying.
Creamer. That's
Yeah,
what
I do.
Aunt Creamer. We call Aunt
All you have to
Creamer
do
and
is say
Uncle
it's my
Pie.
aunt. My aunt.
No, I gotta shout them out. Gotta shout them out. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. Aunt Creamer. You know what I'm saying? She made the best pies I ever ate in my life, man. Ever ate in my life. Ever.
And Ken
Nobody
Baker was
still
a
to this
big
day.
boy. Remember, Ken Baker was a big boy. He ate 2 of them at one time.
No, I was a skinny kid. I became a fat man when I got out of football, and then I still was eating like I was still working out, and I wasn't.
I, on the other hand, have no teeth.
You got no teeth? Well,
No teeth.
listen, we're going to respect the
Oh,
women in
that's
this podcast.
that's awesome. You ain't
Oh,
got no
sure
teeth.
you
That's
think so.
awesome.
Oh,
The
stop
old
it.
man starts
Stop
speaking.
it, K-Man. Oh, my
Yeah.
God. Stop it, Terex, man.
I'm
Seriously.
not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not going there. I'm not, because we got to talk about the sweet gum stuff, and I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't
Sweet
want-
gums?
well, the sweet gum ink. The
Sweet baby ink, not
Oh, is it
sweet
is
gums.
it sweet gums? Oh, okay. I need to change that because I put sweet gum.
No, you know what?
did put
No,
sweet
leave
gum.
it there.
Sweet gum,
Leave
sweet
it there.
gum,
Leave
sweet
it there.
gum,
People will know you
sweet
will
baby.
understand.
Yeah. Anyway, let me be country.
You know
Sorry.
what? I heard them talk about that show today on He Said, She Said, He Said, They Said.
They
I'm so
said, we
tired of
said.
that. Whatever. They talked about that for over 2 hours thanks to Loke.
Oh,
He wouldn't let it go, man. It was ridiculous.
He was
oh my
upset.
goodness.
Sometimes you got to let people let it out.
Listen, you know what?
You just got to let people work it out, man. Like it's important. I really do. Even if you don't agree with something, you do have to let people just speak
Yeah.
their mind.
Right. No,
Yeah, they can let their soul blow. Let's get it.
Oh, we'll talk about it. If we can make it to that, that's the last. That's like the next to the last topic. If we can make it there, it doesn't matter. But anyway, Viper with the chat, super chat, man, appreciate it. But this man's over here talking messy. He says, "This is for K Mega's whiny self, losing a tooth. The tooth fairy cometh." Listen. My wife called me a toddler earlier because I told her because she said you need to eat soft foods. I said I want some, and she said no, you can't eat no meat. And I said, man, no, then I don't want nothing to eat then. And I went,
Nah.
and she said,
Some
okay,
milk.
toddler. So,
Yeah, it's
anyway.
applesauce for you, buddy.
No,
Yeah,
Applesauce and
meat
pudding.
shake.
no, I ate a
Meat
plate.
shake.
I ate a
A
plate.
little bit of teriyaki Worcestershire sauce in there.
Oh my God. No, I just said I want to play the starch. That's it.
Give that man some atomic hot wings.
Oh, speaking, wait, hold on. I'm going to
Okay.
tell you this. I still have the itis right now because today I didn't eat any breakfast. All I did was I went to work, came back from work because I got an early day off. I went to B-Dubs and I had, the 20 and 20, the traditional and boneless. I ate all of those with the fries, and I'm not eating anything for the rest of the day.
You ate a 20 piece with fry, boy.
No, it's 20 and 20.
Oh, you ate 40. You ate 40 wings and fry, bro. I can't, bro. You a man.
You said it was boneless, but it actually had bones.
No,
you just didn't eat that part.
No. There was 20 bones and then 20 boneless.
Oh,
So
okay.
it was the traditional boneless and bone and boneless combo together.
Oh, that's just as bad when me and my buddy did the 20-piece Taco Bell taco challenge. I won.
Okay, I mean, I had my fat moment with this dude named Justin Shoop, my homeboy Deuce, and it was a girl. I forgot the girl's name, and Justin Shoop was a big old boy, and he said, "Man, look, I got an idea." He said, "I got my food stamps." He said, "How about we all eat good today?" I said, "Well, yeah, let's go." So he goes and we worked with him at this it was for a company that was that sold Southwestern Bell caller IDs. So this shows you how old I am. and how far long ago that was. Anyway, so we would go over there to his apartment all the time and hang out or whatever, watch movies, play games and stuff like that. But anyway, he just wanted to get down, so he bought 6 packages of bacon, 5 dozen of eggs, 3 loaves of bread, and like 4 things of hash browns, individual, And he cooked it, and he cooked it all. And
as soon as you said bacon, that turned me off.
You don't like bacon?
Whatever. We don't care about
you.
You.
Don't like
I can't. I'm allergic to pig, fish, and soy, so no pig.
What?
To pig.
It's an actual allergy. Yes, I have allergies to pig, fish, and soy.
Boy, when the New Testament finally came out and said you can eat pig, boy, I was celebrating. Anyway, all right, let's get to it, man. We got to talk about some games, man. Anyway, all right.
Some games and some stuff.
Let's go ahead and we got. They're not guests, you know what I'm saying? They family, but you know what I'm saying? They don't come on all the time. But man, let's go ahead and get to the lady, you know what I'm saying? She's here. Mitchie Dies a Lot, man. Really glad to have you here as usual, any and all the time that you come through. Telling us about the not having the tea thing. I am intrigued though. I am intrigued. But other than that,
so was your X-Men for different reasons.
I know he was sick there for. He said he was under the weather. I think he's up and about now. But anyway,
I'm not allowed to touch that subject today. They told me.
Yeah. Anyway, but how you doing, Mitchie? What games you been playing?
I'm pretty good. I have been playing Bolletro. Have you guys heard of Bolletro? It's a roguelike poker game.
Oh no, I have not heard it.
Yes, you make runs in poker hands. They don't have to be 5 cards. It's not like Texas Hold'em. Mm-hmm. And then you see how far you can get. And jokers are wild and have powers.
Wow.
Is it on the phone or on the Xbox?
It's on PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. So I bought it twice now. I bought it on Xbox and PlayStation.
Wait, what's the name of the game again?
Bolletro. Balatro.
Yeah, you can't say nothing about balls in front of Viper. Come on, now, Michi, you know better.
Excuse me?
Oh my goodness. Anyway.
But anyway.
How's everything going?
And I've been playing Detroit Becomes Human on PlayStation.
Great game. Fantastic game.
Okay, Meg already beat that. Yeah, he loves that game.
Right there, yeah.
I don't beat much. So I'm trying.
Yeah, it's a great game.
That's about it.
Fantastic game. All right. And then we move on to my brother, man. You know what I'm saying? As Yobi would say, the son and pappy. You know what I'm saying? But man, listen to my other son, the one that didn't burn up my car. Don.
I was about to say I didn't catch
Let me do his introduction correctly.
Okay, go ahead.
For everyone, you must welcome the man, the myth, the developer, the brain trust of anything electronics. It is the Down.
Dude, I'm not used to a bass with that name.
Right.
I can tell you where the tenor voice comes in with announcing my name. But
hey, go ahead and clip that. You can use it. Clip that. You can use it, brother.
I will. I'll go back and use it. No doubt. Anytime my name's used, I have to figure out a way to monetize that later.
Anyway.
Well, you ain't got to monetize it because I gave the approval.
On the channel, I'll monetize it.
Oh no!
So how you doing, Don? Man, good to have you on, man. And I've been seeing you streaming, but you know what I'm saying. And I know you've been streaming the hell out of Assassin's Creed. But what else have you been playing?
I've been playing. Get my other YouTube channel up and going. No more delaying. Just kind of having a system in place to execute, and it looks like I have things lined up and things will be consistent once things start dropping. I'm starting a series where I'm doing the ultimate gaming development streaming setup. Like I'm going to have several different series on my channel, and that's one of the things I'm going to do. And this nice, pretty heavy, it's wood finish here was part of setting up the ultimate gaming setup in regards to that. So that was a lot of fun. I had that video, and that's probably going to be up soon in regards to that. So just doing stuff like that, try to get things up and going, and working on my game, which is always the best type of time suck you can ask for. And I think Viper's playing solitary and keeps being told no, what you can't do.
Right. He's in there. Them buttons loud. Man, your Xbox loud as hell over there. Anyway,
he's playing Minesweeper or something. Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there.
I was checking the store, and that Balatrol does actually look kind of cool.
Does it?
But
see, that's why you need the Elite controller. Elite controllers are nice and quiet.
It was the Elite. Okay, you can't see
it. It was the Xbox.
It's the Xbox itself that was allowed.
It was just the
TV.
sound. It was just the sound capturing, but no big deal. I mean, this is the most professional stream on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
But no, it's good. It's good to be around other gamers, and I think not making a presence all the time makes it so I don't have to repeat things, and it keeps the conversation fresh, which is nice. And I'm happy just to hang out with you guys outside of doing my thing and just contribute to what you guys are doing over here. So
yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
So in other words, just like you're taking a break, right, buddy?
No, I just don't overdo it. Like I think Mega will speak to this. Like so many people are on the grind. They're making content, and I think in the process, a lot of people just lose themselves. Everybody wants to be first. Everyone wants to be right. And I think it puts people in a really weird spot, and they don't realize it until afterwards. And I think pacing yourself is important. I'm doing a lot of stuff on my channel, but at the same token, I got to pace myself so I don't overdo it. And I think when it comes to, I won't say it's exhausting, but it is. There's some sort of weight on an individual when they do podcast the podcast. And I don't want to lose myself. I want to be a friend to every audience that I possibly can, which I know is almost impossible, but that I think comes with pacing yourself. In regards to something I believe in. I think Mega would testify to that as well.
No, I'm not an everydayer. And even when I've been saying it forever, and I was hoping that I would, but I mean, it still will happen. But when I become more consistent, it still ain't going to be an everyday thing. I totally agree with that. I think that you need time so you don't get the burnout for yourself, but also you're repeating the same thing over and over and over again just to try to hammer it home. I've never been like that.
Content farming off the same subject over and over
again.
Right?
Yeah, no.
And then like, no. Yeah, it's never a good look, right? Like, and so like, I'm not obviously the arbiter of success, right? Because like my channels are small. Even if I had like 10,000 subs, I would still consider I'm not the arbiter of that. But make sure yourself in a healthy place, I think, is the best thing you can do for your audience as well. You have to be mentally sharp, stable, and it prevents you from acting out ways that you regret later. And so, yeah, there's a lot of things I would throw out there for people that are new, and I want everyone to find their success. So this is just one thing to just make it so you don't have regret, if you know what I mean. So
right. No doubt about it. But glad to have you on, brother. You know what I'm saying? These conversations are going to get good and sticky. I can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Put the pressure on them. Put the pressure on Don tonight. And then we move on to this man.
Anything less, man.
Of course, you know it. My main man, Viper. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate, man, the support last week, brother, man. I don't know, man. You guys, I'm tired of you, Yobi, other people the week before. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, y'all got me over here crying like a baby, man. Y'all doing too much, man. So, but thank y'all for the support, man. It definitely has helped. So, but yeah, and just all the condolences, like I was saying last week and last month about everything. So it's still up and down, ebb and flows, but it's getting better. So I mean, that's all you can do is just try to do that. It's getting better. It's getting better. It's getting better. So
I hope it is, because nobody should go through negative things on the regular basis every single day for their life. So yeah, there's got to be some peaks and there's got to be some valleys. Unfortunately, the
absolutely.
valleys, you're in a valley now, but you'll get your peak again. So
No
don't
question.
worry about the negative. I was always told to pray for others when you are in the valley. Um, Pray for others when you are the one suffering, and you will start to get your blessing that very minute.
Oh
when
yeah.
you start focusing on the happiness and the prosperity of others, so that way they can get some type of blessing from God, because the fact is you're praying for them. God sees that you're not selfish, and you will get your blessing.
No
So
doubt. No doubt. No
yeah,
doubt.
I
Totally
live
agree
by
with
that.
that. So no, I abide by that too. Like I always say,
I
I
mean,
say
how
pay
can
it
it hurt
forward.
you?
Yeah. Pay it
Really
forward.
think about how can it really hurt you.
Right,
So.
Exactly.
right. No deal. But what you been playing, Viper? What you been playing?
Well, after this week, oh my goodness, let me look at my list here, because over 1,000 games here.
Oh, listen to this.
And
Listen, this man got his shit hooked up again. So now here he goes. Okay.
oh yeah, well, I mean, let me see the exact amount. Go back down to full library. Uh, Damn, 1,070 games. My God. All right, so let's look at the most recent things that I've acquired. So a lot of stuff was on sale this week,
Yeah, it was a lot of
and
stuff on sale. Yeah.
my list is growing like crazy. Ghost Runner 2, I got that. I got something called The Beast Inside. I got Tiny Tina's Wonderland, the chaotic for basically the ultimate version. Got that for cheap. And what just released this week, I got 4 games that released this week. The Stalker trilogy, the original Stalker trilogy.
Oh, did you pick that up? Yeah, I was looking at that.
Oh, yes, indeed. And I got Brothers Remastered. So
I was looking at that too.
both, yeah. The fact that one's running in Unreal Engine 5, and I did have the original that was the 360 version. Well, actually, yeah, it was 360. Then they pushed it over to Xbox One. So got that original version that was on Unreal Engine 3, and I'm looking at the differences between the two of them. I'm being my own digital foundry right now. Um,
Almost everyone should be that. People
yeah,
should judge
that
from
part
their
is
own
true.
eyes, because everyone's a little bit different, right? So
Right.
that's good.
yeah. Yeah, and the thing is that I was a little bit upset with something that they put in the store, because that first game in the trilogy for Stalker, and in the store it originally said XS optimize, and I was like, oh, 4K 60, whoa, what's going on? Then I download it. It's saying that it's downloading to the mechanical drive and not the SSD. I'm like wondering what's going on. So I look at it. I go into the the information where you can look to see, is it Xbox One, is it X1 XE for Xbox One X Enhanced, or is it Generation 9? I'll go into the settings to look at that. It says Generation 9, and then I'm trying to play this thing. It's not Gen 9, it's still Xbox One. I'm like, what's going on? Because one game is Series X and S optimized, but the other two are not. Then as of today, because I got it last night, as of today, all of them are just Xbox One. None of them are optimized for Series X and S.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
mislabeling is.
Oh, it was mislabeling, misadvertisement, and also they just basically cut it off. It's the same thing that they did with Minecraft when they were going to do that update for Series X and S, and then all of a sudden it just went away. It was like, oh hell. Now you done messed me up. I was like, oh, I was getting ready to say, oh yeah, the original Stalker, Series X and S optimized, 4K 60, sometimes 4K 120. Let's go. And then all of a sudden, nope. 1080p 60.
That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't go ahead and try to risk it all for that, because I was looking at the $40 price tag and I was like, no, I'll wait. So
that's why you should have just got it when it was in Game Pass and called it a day.
Yeah, but that's Stalker 2 that's coming to Game Pass. This is the original trilogy.
No. They pulled out the original trilogy. I thought they were in Game Pass too. My bad. I'm sorry.
No. The original. And the funny thing is that this is all three of those is technically considered just Stalker 1. It's not even Stalker 1, 2, 3. It's all Stalker
3-part.
1.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I've been playing some of that, and I'm actually still looking for some more deals right now. They got the Capcom sale going on.
Yeah.
There's some good deals over there.
Dude, I'm waiting for Street Fighter 6, the Ultimate Edition. I'm waiting for Tekken 8's Ultimate Edition. I'm waiting for Mortal Kombat 1's Ultimate Edition. All these Ultimate Editions, I'm waiting to get them on the cheap. I'm a very cheap person.
Ultimate Edition Mortal Kombat was on sale.
Yeah, it's on sale for $6. No, it's still on sale. It's on sale for $65.
Oh yeah, you better jump on that.
No, it's got to go lower.
Tell you, I got it for $40.
Oh,
how?
My wife said, "I'm buying you a game," and then she went to go. Must be this one. It's $40. And next thing I find out it was the Ultimate Edition, because I didn't realize it was the Ultimate Edition. I played through the main campaign until the new characters start popping in for free.
Hold on. Wait a minute. No, because I've got everything in my save for later, and let me see. Mortal Kombat 1. Hold on. Nope, $65.99 for the premium edition.
Yeah, I paid $40. Yeah, I mean, I can pull it up. I can pull it up on the big screen behind me if you want.
Oh my God! I got it right there. Look at it right here too.
I can pull it. I mean, it's right here on the big screen.
I mean,
Jesus.
I can pull up my I can pull up both versions, my PC version of MK1 and my but I paid I paid the max price for the Xbox version for MK1, but I got the PC version for $80 through CD Keys.
Yeah, I'm still waiting until it drops lower. Like I said, when it comes to games, I'm waiting until they go down.
Street Fighter 6 is $40 right now.
No, not the. Let me.
No, not the Ultimate Edition, just the regular edition.
Yeah, I always want the Ultimate. The Ultimate Edition is $83.99, and Tekken is still at $110.
Absolutely, so you need to pay that. The shit, Tekken 8 should be $289.
Hey,
it's worth every penny.
Shut the hell up!
Raise it up, Harada. Raise it up.
The thing is, he's still posting his Xbox Live account in like Australia, so it's the exchange rate's the problem.
No,
you know what?
No. Oh, that's funny.
I know you're guilty of doing that when you can play a game early.
Yes, that's.
I mean, you know what? I will not confirm or deny any of that. Anyway,
that's probably the right stance for sure.
Right? I don't know any. I'm not involved in that. Only thing I know is that I sit there. Xbox eat good off of me. So does PC now a lot, and also I mean Nintendo get PlayStation once their games see well. That's where I've been putting most of my money. I already pre-ordered like 7 games like 2 months ago. So Horizon Forbidden West is already ready to go. Dragon's Dogma is already ready to go. And then recently I went ahead and I picked up that Sandlands because that game comes out on the same date as my mother. On April 26th, that was my mother's birthday. So I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and do that.
And it's Akira Toriyama too.
Right. And RIP to the DBZ creator, and also the Blue Dragon and so many other things. And also to, like you said, Sandlands. I think that's his last game.
Yeah, Sandland is the last one.
Yeah. So, and I see a lot of people, remorse. And it just kind of, DBZ, I don't know. That would be a discussion for some other day, but I would have to say for the anime culture to be where it is today, I would probably say Akira and Dragon Ball Z kind of set the tone for people to start enjoying anime in the 90s. I mean, of course, there was Digimon and there's Pokemon and stuff like that. I mean, but I think that's going to be a great discussion for other things.
It
But
hit the
DBZ.
masses with that, right? Because like anime always kind of made its way through like the people that are really, really were into it. But
sorry,
I think Dragon Ball kind of resonated with so many more people on and I'm not somebody that resonated with, but I can acknowledge how successful it was in regards to that. So
yeah, no, it's wonderful stuff, man. But rest in peace, an icon, and it's sad, but it is it's just one of these things, man.
Well, it's life, and here's the thing: they said it was like some type of
embolism or something like that.
Yeah.
He was bleeding in the brain or something like that.
Oh yeah. So I mean, there's nothing that he could have done, or nothing that anybody could have done to detect that early on. It just happens. I mean, unless he had some type of head injury or anything like that, nobody could have known. So this is just something just happens out of the blue, and we can't just we can't beat ourselves up over it. And I know people are going to be sad and upset that this happened, but just remember, don't get angry because it happened. Just understand it's life.
Yeah,
and things like this will happen.
Right.
I think the best thing to do is to celebrate his accomplishments, because like everything he has done has brought people from all different walks of life together, just being a creative person. How many people love Dragon Ball Z, and it's not about all of the political shit that goes on our daily life. People take a break from everything, and everyone just loves it, and they come together and share it. And that, I think, speaks to the advantage art has in regards to that. And it doesn't matter if the form is video games, music. It is one of those things. If you can do it in a way you're not preaching to someone, you're just trying to entertain, I think it brings people together. And I think he contributed a lot to bringing people of different cultures together, and I think that should be celebrated for sure.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt about it. All right. Well, last but not least, our 45-minute outro, our intro is still in effect. Sir X-Man.
What's up,
going
bro?
on with you, man? What you been playing? I shouldn't even ask you, but I have to.
Tomb Raider.
All right, good deal. Nobody cares.
But I forgot Pong.
Huh? And I played some Battlefield with Noof the other day. Had a good time. Introduced him to it and stuff again, and he enjoyed the updates because he played it a little bit in the beginning and he didn't feel it, so he's enjoyed it. And I played a little Halo Master Chief with him too. They got this mode called Halo Infinite. We did Master Chief like 2 weeks ago, but they got this mode in there where it's almost like firefight, and you press a level. It's weird, but I enjoyed it, man. That was fun. So yeah, that's about it.
Nice. I couldn't. I was going to play Killer Instinct, but I just couldn't last week. So maybe we can try to.
I know. I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you, dude.
I was cooked. So I was cooked after everything that happened. So
and K Mega, I'm gonna do something right now that I'm probably gonna regret, but I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on Tales of Kenzara. That's what I'm going to do right now.
Get that.
I am going to pull the trigger right now.
Pull the trigger on that, because that's a great segue, because
and it's
we're going to be talking about
$17.99.
No way! Are you kidding me?
Yeah, because it's a $20 game, but $17.99 as a pre-order.
Wait a minute, hold on. Are you not talking about? You're talking about the game, the hack and slash?
Yeah, Tales of Kenzara Zal, the African game.
Oh no! I thought you was talking about the other one that was made from that was the Japanese game. That was
no.
Okay. I was like, yo, that's $20 too. No. Yeah, no, you absolutely right. Yeah, no, I've been slow playing on that. I gotta get it. I said I was gonna get it last week and I didn't.
The only reason I was so hesitant to pull the trigger on it is because it keeps on saying on their standard edition And I'm like, hold the phone. No, if you telling me standard edition, that means you got other stuff coming. I want the ultimate edition. I want all the DLC all at once. I don't want to be paying it left and right, here and there, piecemeal. Give it to me all at once. But
the shut up edition is me and Dante. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The shut up edition.
Shut up edition. Yeah, exactly.
That's what we want.
That's all I want. Just don't be harassing me. Just,
right. Yeah.
I have to pay you to shut you up.
just tell me what the price is. If I find a deal, I get it. But I just want it all. I don't want to pay anything extra anytime later. So nice.
Shut up edition, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. So let's go ahead and go straight to that, to talking about the get you guys' thoughts about the Xbox partner preview. And so, you know, as we have a lady on board tonight, we got to go to her first. Minchie, did you get a chance to watch the partners preview? And what was the games that stood out for you? And what was your thoughts about the show overall?
Yes, I watched it.
Excellent.
I thought the show was really good. I thought they actually seemed to have their presentation down, which is good.
It's 2 in a row now. So, yeah, or actually 3. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, they seem to have their presentation down, so that's good. I enjoy their presentation this way. And the games that I liked the first one, Unknown 9.
That looked crazy.
Yeah, at first I thought it was Assassin's Creed. I'm like, Assassin's Creed? That can't be Assassin's Creed. But it kind of looked like it, but then it was not. And then the sleight of hand one with the cards. I like cards. So, but apparently it's a kind of like Midnight Sun, a little.
Love it. Midnight Suns is everything for me, boy. Woo.
Yeah, I like Midnight Suns.
Yes.
And everybody seems to like that one that looks like a From Software game, but that has no appeal toward me. And the Persona expansion.
Oh yeah,
can't wait for that. I like Persona.
Okay, good deal.
And I think that was it. That was of interest to me.
So that's good deal.
Otherwise, I thought the show was really good. You know, something for everybody. They're really good at variety. So
that you know what I'm saying, short and sweet and to the point. Actually, what was really good about it is what you said, is that Xbox has got their presentation down. Like, this is, if you go back to last year, everybody was enjoying the Direct from last year. You're going into this year with the Direct, and now you have this new thing that they're adding. Yeah, no, they got the presentation down, and I think it's perfect. The right amount of time and all that. So yeah, no, I definitely liked it myself. All right, let me go to you, Don. Your thoughts about it. What was the games that caught your eye, and what was your overall thought about the show?
I didn't even see it.
I knew it.
I didn't even see it. I have my own games I'm playing. I too busy getting Mortal Kombat for $40.
With you first. I knew it.
No, I mean, that's the thing, is I'm not used to them doing these announcements so on a regular basis, speaking to it, and I haven't really gotten used to how Nintendo does it too, where it's like this. It has a little bit of a cadence every like quarter. You see like a Nintendo Direct. I'm used to the big show, you know, at E3, and which is gone. And so I'm gonna have to get with the program if I want to be in the loop of what's coming out, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't even know it was happening until afterwards. To be fair,
this man be in the weed. All right, okay, good deal. Then let me go ahead and go to Sir X Man. What was the games that caught your attention, and what would you rate it? Like, you know, from 1 to 10.
I give it like an 8. The one from Capcom actually got my attention.
Path of the Goddess.
Yeah, that one got my attention. Everything else is a maybe for me, but that Path of the Goddess was gorgeous. You know, so I liked it. It was quick. It was to the point, and you know, it made you enjoy the fact that Microsoft is still putting out games, even though they're third party. You know what I'm saying? That's a good feeling. That's about it, bro.
What about you, Viper? Your thoughts? What was the games that caught your attention?
So there was only 3 things on there that was really a standout for me. I was already planning on getting Persona 3 Reload, but obviously there's the extra stuff with it. So remember, Shut Up Edition, okay? So I want to wait until all of that stuff is available. And yes, getting it on sale. So Persona 3 Reload, DLC, good. Want that? Get me the Ultimate Edition. Just now talking about Tales of Kanzara. I still haven't pulled the trigger yet. I'm still looking. It's like
Oh man.
it's looking at me in the face. My God. It's like our little Black Panther, slash Prince of Persia type thing. That's what it is. That's what that looks like to me. And yes, like I said, it says standard edition. Come on now, tell me what else you got coming. Because I know there's more. You can't just put standard edition and not tell us that there's a deluxe, there's a, you know, platinum edition, a gold edition, all that stuff. Tell me what you got coming. And then, of course, Path of the Goddess. Yes, saw that last year at the showcase, and now what they showed this time was even more. I was like, oh, I'm really interested in this one. So those are the 3 that caught my eye. And I gave it a 7, but I was thinking just because of just those 3, I was gonna give it a 5. But overall, as the presentation, everything, it was a 7 for me.
Wow, boy, y'all are hard. Boy,
Oh
y'all
yeah,
hard.
of course.
Man,
Of course. If you're not interested in a bunch of the stuff, how can you give it a high score if you're only interested in just a few things? You're gonna say, okay, I was interested in it for this, good. I'll give it this. I'll give it halfway, 5. But then, of course, their presentation, the flow of it all, no useless talking. It was
Right.
just games, and it was just like back to back to back. I was like, okay, good flow, good third party showing. All right, 7.
All right, I'm in. I give it a 9.
Mine was an
Presentation.
8, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, you gave it an 8. I give it a 9. The presentation was solid. I mean, you know me. I even if games that I am on the fence about, sometimes I usually get them anyway later on because it's something different and I want to support the developer. So it's like, and not every game, but some. So I did download the Final Fantasy online. And I knew right away that it was just going to take too much of my time. So I haven't uninstalled it yet, but it will probably be a long time till I get on that. Like, there's just too many games right now that I got to catch up on. I mean, as you see all my gameplay of just all different types of stuff, like I'm even going back and started playing Tales of Arise because I never got a chance to finish that. So,
did you get the extra DLC on that? Because
yeah.
That was crazy. They dropped that after I had gotten the Ultimate Edition.
Ah, really? Yeah. See, no, I bought the game day one. Yeah, well, I bought the game day one, and I just kind of felt. I didn't expect the game to come to Game Pass, but once I seen that it went to Game Pass, I'm like, oh, there's going to be a deal for the expansion, and sure enough, it was. And so I went ahead and picked it up, and then that's when I was like, you know what? I need to start getting back on my backlog, so I might as well start getting back into that. So I started playing that for a little bit. But I'm going through the list right now and I'm looking. I mean, I thought Creatures of Ava was a nice looking game. Is it something that I'm going to be playing anytime soon? No. When that game comes out, no, it's not a day one for me, but something that looks interesting to me. Of course, the Persona 3 Reloaded. I'm reserving that to when I jump on that probably after I get done with Hellblade. Persona, I'll jump on Persona and No Life that until when I get done with Hellblade 2. When Hellblade 2 comes out in I believe May 21st. So
yeah, May 21st.
Yeah, so because so right now I'm kind of just like, well, let me get some of my backlog and then boom, I'm going to jump on Persona after I get done with
kind of like Wildlands.
Stop it. We're getting back on that, Don. We're getting back on that. Listen, The circumstances. We'll be back on it.
Listen here, I gave you a little bit of a pause. You got about one more month, and then I start harassing you.
Oh no! It ain't gonna be It ain't gonna be a month. It ain't gonna be a month. We'll be getting back on it.
My consultants, really, but like after that, I'm not holding back.
This man's a landlord. This man's
nobody's interested in Chucky, the original stabby guy.
No. Come on. None of us here are playing Roblox.
Nobody playing Roblox on this panel. I don't even think that's listening.
I know, but do you know how sadistical some of these little kids are in these games, dude? Come on,
you're basically teaching them how to be killers. That's what you are.
Yeah, no, I'm not doing
what do you think they're doing Roblox? They killing Roblox too. You didn't know that?
Yeah, but you add Chucky into the mix. Come on.
Anytime that I seen kids play Roblox, they were they were just enjoying. They were playing kiddie-like games. So to see that was a Roblox game, I'm like, yo, that's wild. So no, I'm not dealing with Roblox anyway. So
just wait, they gonna add GTA characters in it.
I'm saying Roblox, it has a violent mode. It really does, dude.
I don't pay attention to it that much for me to care, but
and Minecraft has a violent mode.
No, not Minecraft. No,
does
it doesn't.
Yeah, oh my, yeah, they got people killing each other in Minecraft.
Not like what you would see in Chucky over here jumping on people's neck and stabbing them.
Chucky, no.
Somebody, you know what I'm saying, seeing knife shots to the throat, you know what I'm saying, to the throat, you know what I'm saying, like Chucky on dude just shaking. Anyway, all right, so Path of the Goddess, that's a definite. I'm copping that. I don't, you know what I'm saying, I'm copping that. If the money ain't right, then, thank goodness for Game Pass, but that's getting got. Like Mitchie said, Unknown 9, that looked, the Awakening, that looked incredible. And to know that was a Bandai Namco game, that was very different too, because it's like, I thought it was an expansion to Assassin's Creed at first, to Mirage. And then
I was like, I thought it looked like.
I was like, yo, I was like, so who's this woman? I said, I need to go back and finish Mirage, because I did start getting into it, even though I'm more for the open world, but Mirage it was enjoyable for what I played. But no, it's all that.
When you realize you play it's open world.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just not as big of an open world.
Oh, well, then I'm all in. All right, then let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's somebody that's going back to playing Assassin's Creed 3.
Yeah, I saw you playing that. Yeah.
It was on the bucket list. I haven't done it yet, that sort of thing. So I'm just filling in the blanks.
Most people don't like 3, but I love 3.
Oh, 3 was awesome.
I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it. Like, the story's really good and how they woven in with American history and different takes. Everything was done very tastefully.
The part I liked was the something of King George. Was it the assassination of King George? Was that the DLC?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far into it. I haven't gotten that far into it, but no, it's good so far. I love the character you're playing, Connor. That's the thing I like about Assassin's Creed. Like, it's not just in one setting. The advantage is they're able to take different places in the world, different characters, different perspectives. It is really built foundationally that you can just do whatever the hell you can take the story wherever the hell you want. You're not restricted to how it's designed. So, like, really, really good so far. It is an older game. Yobi, shout out to Yobi. He I had 3, and then he's like, you need to play the remastered version. I'm like, I don't have the remastered version. I have this version.
Oh, and
Yobi doing Yobi things. He made sure it's one of his favorites. So he's like, no, you're gonna play this one. You're not playing that one. So respect out to Yobi to making that happen. So
I think I got it free with one of the games. One of the Assassin's Creed I got it free with.
I think it was Unity. I think it was Unity.
No, Unity?
Did you get you got Liberation with Assassin's Creed 3 remastered? Unity came free with the original Xbox One as a bundle.
But I got the remaster free with something, but I don't remember what it was.
Yeah. I know
which remaster? Because I have every single Assassin's Creed game, so
I have every one now. Yeah, I got a good deal on the XEO because those are the only ones that I was missing in my library. I bought the very first. I told that story a million times. I bought the first one. I let my friend play it, and then he gave it back. But I watched him play it and then there was sometimes he got stuck, and so I was trying to play it. I got bored. I said no, and I hated it, and I never went back to Assassin's Creed until Syndicate.
I'll tell you this, and this is a hot take. I hated Ezio.
Really?
I loved Altair, and I loved Connor, and let's see, who else did I love? The twins in Syndicate. I love them.
Yeah, Twins and Six were dope.
But yeah, I couldn't stand Ezio. I can't believe they made 3 games for Ezio. That was just like, seriously, come on. That was
I don't mind them making one, but that did bother me that they wouldn't move on from that character, because like that's the part I like about Assassins. You're not stuck in one time frame. You can evolve the story however you want, and I just felt like if you did like the same kind of era in the Italian Renaissance, and, you know, it's cool, but I think it's a one.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's like the good cover for an album, right? It's only that one, right? And you keep it moving to the next album at that point. So yeah, I'm there with you. That's one of the ones I really didn't give a chance, because I played the first one with Ezio, and I didn't have a problem like you did, but I didn't want to rinse and repeat that experience, to be honest.
Yeah, and then for some people that those the second one in Revelations, I think, well, the second one and the third one, they were like, those are the peak of Assassin's Creed.
Top tier.
Yeah, I don't know. I you know how I am about Odyssey those, and what do you think, Minchie?
I actually finished I was finishing Assassin's Creed games up until I got to Origins, and then I couldn't finish them anymore. They got too big, and so but up to that I had finished all of them. I was very proud for finishing Black Flag.
Well, if you would like the shorter stuff, then deal with the Assassin's Creed Chronicles, which has China, India, and Russia.
Yeah, I have those as well. I've only played like a little bit of that because I was expecting a little bit more when I first bought it, but then I was like, oh, you know what? This game was only like $7, so let me, you should know better. But yeah, no,
I think the only one I don't have is Mirage. I don't have that one yet.
Yeah. I have Mirage only through Ubisoft, because I have the Ubisoft Plus. So so what I'm saying, I'm playing things smart. I'm like, well, you know what? I don't know about it. Only game now. I will get Avatar. Avatar is worth the buy.
Skull and Bones. Mirage is 25-hour game if you do everything. So if you're the type of person like you are, Mega, where you like to do all the little stuff, and Assassin's Creed's one of those few games that gets me to do that.
Yeah.
It's around 25 to 35 hours.
Okay, yeah, I can knock that out. I can knock that out.
Yeah, so it's as I said, it's open world. The combat's a little bit more of that pairing combat that exists. So it's a little bit more like that. But it still has a leveling up tree, just simplified and reduced. And think of like the open world game and the older combat streamlined is probably what I would call the Mirage in regards to, and be honest with you, this is an interesting story. Mirage is actually a lot more profitable than the last two.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so we talk about how, like, you guys, I'm sure, talked about a bunch of people being laid off and stuff like that. The scope and scale of the games keep getting too big. And so what's interesting about the Mirage, it reached profitability much quicker because it's a smaller team.
It was cheaper.
It was cheaper to produce, not in quality, but cheaper to produce in the sense of sheer meat on the bones.
Well, I was saying the price was cheaper as well.
Oh, yeah,
that's too.
$50?
That's too. Yeah, and I've been a big advocate. I've told before, when people go $70 games, I'm like, nope, make them cheaper. That's a problem. The base price of the game, like, don't go high, go low, go 40 at launch, and you're going to get a lot more traction. If you have a good game, people will talk about it. That will gain momentum, and you'll get a lot more turnover, and that's a good example of that, where like scale the game down, keep the essence of it, just be a little tighter on the budget of what you're doing, but spend smartly and lower the price, and you got profits again. Does that make
How
sense?
long have I been saying that for the past about a month or 2 months? I've been
This is
saying
something
that.
I've been talking about for years. This before this became an issue. So.
I mean,
No, I know what you
even the
were saying,
PC
but
crowd was saying it.
I've been telling people that you can make more with honey than you can with vinegar, which is the greed out here, man. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
No, it's almost every $70 game is having issues being profitable. So
Because a lot of them are coming out broken now because there's a, you know what I'm saying? That's the problem.
Yeah, well, that's possible. I mean, I can't really say that for every game. But yeah, there's definitely a select few of them where
a lot of people don't want to take that chance. You know what I'm saying? On a $70 game. But they would take the chance on a game that they hear is pretty good and bug free at a lower price. Now games that come out bug free that are advertised and find out it's pretty good, they'll get it. But nowadays they wait now. We've been seeing that for the past few years. They wait to see what people say is wrong with the game. And that's been the problem.
Are you going to wait for $40?
No, I'm talking about when the game comes out
fresh. But you see my point, though. If it's $40, I mean, this is off topic, but it's something to.
Well, it is a topic that we'll be getting into because it's something.
Okay,
so I mean, but no, that's all right. It's all right. But matter of fact, we'll go back to 2 here in a second, and let's just go ahead and segue ourselves to the third one. I do want to just say that the Kazan game, the first Berserker, that's who I thought you was talking about. That game, that's a day one. I'm copping that, and then of course the game that's made by the guy that's dedicating the game to his dad, that's getting bought too. I've just been kind of slow playing on picking it up.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah, that's the one you was talking about. Yeah, no, I definitely want to pick that up. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to this one because this is kind of tying into what you and Don and Sir X-Man was talking about. Like, okay, so Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is selling less than Final Fantasy 16, and Helldivers sold more on PC than PlayStation 5. Why? It says, why aren't the public supporting the games like they did on the PlayStation 4? And why is it that games aren't selling overall at a higher clip than what they used to? And this is where we kind of going into it. So let me go ahead and go to you then, Viper, first. I mean, what is the point of all this? I mean, I think we kind of already alluded to it with the $70 price tag, but I think it's
that was about 2 months ago we had that
games
conversation
and everything else. But go ahead, Viper. What do you think about all of this, man? This is crazy.
And Sir X-Man is right, and you just said it too. $70 games is not what we wanted. We were fine with 60, even though we were bitching and complaining about it, but we were fine at 60. The DLC, fine, you added that on. And then, of course, you have your deluxe editions, your ultimate editions. Things are ballooning up to $100. Okay, fine, but that was extra content. So now you bump it up by $10. Then we hear rumblings in the industry that, you want to jump it up to $80. Nah, we got Game Press, bro. We got CD keys. We're not going to go broke trying to, have this hobby of ours. I mean, why in the world would you try to push the games up that high? You have overinflated costs in the first place. That's one thing. You don't know how to manage your studios to keep the costs low, make the game manageable, just like Don said, and put the game out at a price that will reach all audiences, because when the prices are low, everyone has a chance to get it and everybody will play it, and you will make more profit that way than trying to charge $70 and only have a small amount of people get access to that game. The PC crowd has been up in arms about this for the longest time, and they said, no, we're not paying anything over $40. I've heard a lot of PC guys say, no, you bring out a game, it's going to be $40. That's what we're willing to pay for it.
But hold on now. What's call it is 70.
Which one?
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah,
that was $60,
no,
$70.
On PC it was $60. It was not 70 like it is on consoles.
Okay.
Consoles are like the only. Well, no, I wouldn't say consoles the only place because majority of the stuff on PC is still 60 and under. There are some games
Square
like
Enix games are $70.
Yeah.
Though. Yeah.
Yep. Square Enix games are 70 on PC. Who else became?
But you gotta also remember, Baldur's Gate was an exceptional game. It was praised by everybody. That's also why you were able to sell it at 70.
And Pixel G, I was going to say the same thing what Pixel G is saying right here in the chat. Now it was in early access as well. I remember it was $25 when I first seen it, and I was like, you know what, I need to go ahead and do that. And my dumb ass sit there and said no, and I was like, damn, everybody. I'm like, man, and so I went ahead and had to succumb to the throat needle and buy it.
But even though it was 25, even though it was an early access for that small amount, when it got to 60, nobody cared because it was a good game.
Yeah.
Now, on the console, on PS5 and Series X and S, $70. It's like, I can wait because I'm not gonna be like the crowd and just jump on it and then say, oh yeah, I got to be with everybody else and play this game. No, I don't care. I can wait. I can wait for a sale.
There were also too many games that came out around that time also. So.
Exactly.
Well, I got it with Xbox points anyway, so I wasn't tripping.
So Xbox, I mean, and the thing is, I'm now looking at Steam and look at all these games that I'm getting with the Steam sales and with the Xbox sales as well. It's like I can wait. I understand the developers and the publishers don't like people like me, but I got to think about my own wallet, right? Granted, I'm working. I have a good job. But at the same time, I know I'm going to manage my money. And if something's got to go and get the boot, well, I'll say video games have to get the boot for the time being. Now, when you bring the price down on a sale, or say, for instance, the game is not relevant anymore, and I decide, hey, I want to have this in my collection. Boom, pick it up at a cheaper price. I'm ready to go. Now,
but you only got so much hard drive space too, so that that changes.
No, as long as it's in my library, I'm fine.
Yeah.
As long as it's in my library, I am fine. I don't care about saving things on my hard drive. The one thing I do care about is don't you dare delist that game once I've bought it, and then you say, oh, you can't download that game anymore. Anybody remember Crossfire X?
Well, that's a topic. That's a topic. So we'll definitely talk about that here, hopefully. So go ahead. But are you done?
I mean,
go ahead.
No. But that's what I'm saying. That's the reason why Final Fantasy is not doing so well. You took a game over 20 years old. Back in the 90s, this game was just one game. Now you want to split it into 3 games and charge $70 each? Are you out your damn mind? Are you seriously out your damn mind to go and split the game into 3 parts and charge $70, full $70 for each? What you should have done was charge $40 for each one. I could have been okay with that. But no, you decided to charge $70 for Intergrade. You charge $70 for Rebirth, and I bet you're going to charge $70 for the third one. And here's the thing: less and less people are going to be buying it.
If not
more. No. Yeah, well, if not more. But
it takes 6 years.
She said not. She said it all. She said that people might just skip it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is that I know they're going to bring it to Xbox later, but it's going to be an all-one bundle. Good, bring it all in one bundle because I want one game. That's what I played last time on PS1. Bring it all as one damn game. You don't need to be splitting this up into 3 parts. Same as what they're going to be doing with Spider-Man 3. You're going to split it up into 3 parts and charge $50 for each one. I mean, come on. That's a little bit shady right there.
If they're going to split it in 6 parts, Viper, that game might not finish until 10 years from now by the time they get to the rest of the damn game.
No. It'll be done before the end of the generation.
I would say not, that studio is probably their most productive studio right now.
Right. So yeah,
Well,
no, that'd be
remember
dope.
they just got rid of Luminous Studios and shoved them
Merged
back
them.
into merged them back
Yeah.
into Square Enix. So yeah, they got a lot of help now because you're not going to see that Luminous engine doing anything anymore.
You might see Luminous Engine working on other titles, or they kind of turned them into like what Activision did with all the studios
The
with Call of Duty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. So yeah, they're going to be pumping more Final Fantasies because there's also Final Fantasy VI remake that's being worked on right now. It won't be coming out for a while, of course, but
I thought they were starting on 8 or 9.
It said 6. What I read was 6, but it could be 8. It could be 9. I heard 10 was coming as well. So they're just going to go back and
redo 10. Oh,
I don't know.
God.
I mean,
I love 10 the way it is. Don't change nothing.
Well, I mean, if you want to give me a remaster of how it was and do that, that's great. I mean, yeah, but to change the story now, if you wanted to go and do the Lightning Saga, I would be cool with that.
Yeah, but that was another one that was 3 games. But did they?
Yeah,
like really, not many people did like 13. They didn't like 13.
They liked the first one, and then the other ones kind of fell off. And then when the last one came, it kind of picked back up. But when it comes down, and there's a chart that's out there. I was going to try to show that, but I won't. I'm being lazy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sick. I don't feel like pressing any buttons tonight.
That's all right.
But there's but hold on. But let me go ahead and I'll find that because I posted it in our DM as well. Let me see. Show you the numbers. Damn it.
I think it was 70 something million. No, not 70 something million.
No.
70 something thousand in Japan. Then it dropped to 50 with 16. And then it dropped to 22,000 in the first week for Rebirth. Was that it?
I think so. I'm over here looking, man.
And then in the UK charts, it was like 30% less than the original or than Intergrade.
Yeah,
I told some people, K-Mega, and they like laughed at me. But I told them Persona is taking a lot of Final Fantasy thunder. It really is.
It is the standard. It's become the standard. And while the one reason why I feel that is because Persona still stays traditional to its roots. The turn-based is what's key
for the next generation.
Yeah. It's Final Fantasy.
Our generation is Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah.
And that for whatever reason it hasn't resonated with the next group of gamers that came up, and so Persona has taken that place.
They laughed at me, guys. They laughed at me when I said that. I'm like, y'all really don't see it, do you?
I understand why they laugh at you.
Oh, you just like me. Shut up.
They're all gonna laugh at you.
Anyway, so
I'm just messing with you, Michi, but at least you know what I'm talking about.
Well, go ahead, Sir X-Man. So what do you think about this whole situation with what overall of what we're talking about with the price point of these games, and then of course with Final Fantasy, it's another Final Fantasy. They're not releasing the numbers. There's already excuses coming out. Well, it usually takes 2 weeks. Final Fantasy 15, which I always go back to, it sold 5 million in one day. 5 million copies in one day. Ever since then, that's amazing in one day, Sir X-Man. That's not bad. Yeah. That is amazing. That's, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, but
neither good or bad.
Yeah, but Final Fantasy after that, since it's become exclusive, the numbers has gone down. Yeah. It's been 3 points.
It's either good or bad either way. This is where you have to change the frame of mind of this stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And part of it's not your guys' fault or anyone's fault when they start yelling out numbers, because you don't know how much these games are costing, right? They don't.
Correct.
And that's the problem. So is 16 million great? Well, it depends on how much I spend on making that damn game.
Yeah.
They could have been operating at a loss, right? Or they didn't make enough profit for their investors to continue to invest. There's these factors that come into game development that unfortunately publishers and studios are not putting that information out there. And so it kind of changes the conversation and the tone of the conversation. A game that's sold less could be more profitable than a game that sold more, depending on how much they spent on the development cost of it.
Correct.
So
I've been saying that.
Yeah, so and a lot of it stems from like the people want to hold over like my console's better than your console sort of arguments that are out there. The reality is, did they spend more than they received, and then did the performance of that product justify the funding of their next product? And that's the thing we need to kind of start looking at, right? And so instead of like doing the list wars, is the game profitable? Has it been profitable? How profitable it is? You don't know, and that information is kind of hidden from you guys. So that's why when I look at certain things, I'm like, I don't know if it's success or not. And I have to look at numbers all the time now because now I'm spending my own money.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not just putting a roof over my head. I started having employees now. So like I have to start thinking about these sort of things. I'm going to get a return on my investment on what I spend or my not. There's some things I'm sure I'll take baths on. But overall, do I sell enough to be profitable? And that's the real question that gamers need to start rephrasing this sort of things, right? Persona can sell a lot more, but if they spend a lot more on development, what's the point?
Well, that goes back to what I said in terms of they're not managing the studios properly. They have overinflated cost. Like, look at what
Not
Spider-Man
every
2.
studio. Not
Right,
every studio.
that's true. That's true.
It's not a blanket statement. Just in general, there's a lot of it going on. To be
Mhm.
clear, there's a lot of it going on, but it's not every studio is inflated. It's just a lot of them are.
So
And there's
we're gonna
reasons why behind that.
let's look at the prime example: Spider-Man 2 and Insomniac.
Okay.
A single player game costing over
$300 million.
$83 million, right?
Okay.
Why does a single player game need to be that much? Now, granted, I know the license from Disney. I
That's a big
understand
part
that.
of it.
That's a
Yeah.
big part of it.
And
You've
Disney's
got
raising
so
their
many.
prices again.
Oh yes, I
I
know.
heard that
And so-
yesterday.
33%.
They're
33%.
like,
If you're
It's- and-
lucky, that's specialty pricing.
yeah, so it's like, couldn't you make something even with the licensing thing that you've got going on? Couldn't you at least make something that was not even under budget, but at budget cost, and then try to make a profit from that with making sure that you push those units out there? Because yes, they did sell a bunch of bundles, but how many people bought those bundles?
Well, the thing you have to keep in mind, this has nothing to do with being single player or multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a contributing factor of it. Obviously those are different types of games. They resonate with different type of audiences, and and then you have like intellectual properties like IPs, like Spider-Man. But the
Right.
reality is, you have a lot of people like myself. Your biggest cost is people, right?
Right.
People don't want to fire people, and it's sad and boohoo and all that sort of stuff. But the reality is, in order to protect the people that is there, you have to have the people that produce stay, right?
Mhm.
And so you have an issue with the limelight of crunch culture is bad. Um, gamers said we don't want that. Guess what? It means we have to throw more people at it. That rises the cost. Who's going to pay? Well, it's not the publisher. You're going to pay it. They're going to put $70 on price tag on there. Then, just everything has consequences. You just got to look at it from that. You can have whatever stance you want, but you have to realize there is consequences to your stance. The next thing, and has nothing to do with the gamers, but it has to do with the development community as a whole. When I first start trying to break into the industry and honestly just sucking at it at the time, I wore many hats. So I knew how to do lighting. I knew how to do animation. I knew how to do texture, UV coordinates.
Don, you used to wear mini hats?
Yeah. Box modeling. I knew how to do all the 3D scanning before photogrammetry was a vocabulary in the gamer's mind, right? Like I've been doing that 15 years ago. I did all these different types of things, and my apprentice, he worked at 2K Games. He worked on the first couple of 2K basketball games that came on the 360 PS3 generation. He was my apprentice. He said, "Look, you're talented. You can do all these things, but the reality, what they're looking for, is specialty talent. You have to focus on one thing and not all these different things." So my direction went into character modeling. That's what I was most interested. Eventually, got my breakthrough, and became lead artist of several different projects over the years. And I still do some other stuff on the side now. I'm more freelance, and I do my own projects, kind of set my own terms. But that started to be a specialty thing. Well, guess what's happening now? Because of these costs, because of all these specialty people, the cost is going up like crazy. Plus, also everybody's in San Francisco, LA. Like, these are not efficient places to run studios. They're just not. Washington,
Cost of
like,
living.
these
Yep.
are money pits. Like, you can
Mhm.
you can increase the quality of life of your staff by just not having them in those areas. I don't care where you put it. I don't care if it's in Tennessee. I don't care if it's in Texas. I don't care if it's in Montana. I don't give a crap. You have to spread that out, because that is giving very samey sort of personality to all the games, and it's also driving up the cost dramatically, in all that sort of stuff. And then now, my focus is now I have to wear more hats in what I do, not just because I'm running my own studio, um, but just that's what everyone's got to do if you're working in the industry. And then what happens is these people, they're not crunched, they're not hitting their timelines, they're not getting the job done. We're not doing a good enough job training the next generation. Colleges are failing people. They suck. College just, like,
Mm.
they're not spitting out the same quality talent as they were. Like, I almost rather hire someone that hasn't gone to college than has. That's
Mm.
almost more of a feather in their cap, to be perfectly honest with you.
Wow.
And so, like, all those things come to a head, and now everything has a cost, and the industry's paying for it, and they're paying it with blood, right? People. And they're hiring people they shouldn't have hired. And what has now happened is all those people, because they don't know any better, they want to follow their dream, and they follow their dream, and then that dream gets pulled out from under them because it's not stable what they were doing on growth. And so this idea of specialty is not working. You have to wear more than one hat on that, and you got to be willing to grind harder than the next person. It's not saying that your boss is telling you to work the extra hours. You have to be as passionate as that person that's willing to put in the extra hours because they want to, because they're the ones going to keep their job at the end of the day.
Oh,
Mm.
So
very
You
interesting.
know,
that's the harsh reality.
the fact is, you said something that I was kind of shocked at, that they want specialty stuff and not somebody that's well rounded in a lot of things. Because when I went to school for it, I was just like, okay, so should I focus on one thing? No, you're supposed to focus on everything and be well rounded when you get into the industry, that you are able to go to this area, you can go to that area, and they can easily move you around whenever they need you. And now you're telling me, oh, they want specialty stuff. It's like, wow, what the hell just happened?
Well, and what happens to the person that has a well-rounded portfolio of things that you can do? He or
They
she
get
can do.
get paid more.
Get paid more,
Hmm.
but if they consolidate one position, they look at that person, they want to keep them. What happens to the person that's willing to put in the extra hours, and you have to tell them to go home? They're going to want
Mm.
to keep that person. He may cost a little bit more, or he or she might cost a little bit more than the person that wants just to work the 40 hours and have that day life balance that everyone's talking about. But when funding runs out, and that's what's happening too, funding's running out,
Mhm.
then you have that. And then you also have the problem with, like, you can only do me so many games as a service. Like, games as a service is a great opportunity there, but you can only do so much because there's only so much time the gamer has.
Right.
Right.
And so you run into that issue, and then you run into the issue. We all have backlogs. Every single pure person here on this panel has a backlog.
Oh yeah.
So So what happens when you have a backlog? When their new game comes out at $70, $80 and you have 100 games you haven't played through,
Yep.
what
Back to those
it,
games.
and your dollar's not worth the same as it was before, you're gonna have to adjust your business model. It doesn't make any sense. You can't come in at $70 and expect the same amount of gamers to spend that when there's a backlog and the games take forever to go through, and games, you know, they have games as a service that like sometimes it's not even fun. It's just kind of like you have to do it. It's like Destiny. I call it the Destiny honey-do list, where like you have your weekly things you have to do every week, and sometimes you're not even having fun. You're just doing it because you want whatever carrot they're hanging in front of you, sort of thing.
Hey, Don, remember a few years back when games came out, right? Games that were 70 or 60, right? And then shortly after, it's like a month or 2 months later, that game came at a dramatic, oh my God, dramatic sale, right? And then all of a sudden, right, you were like, I just paid full price for this game.
Yeah.
And I haven't even got a chance to play it yet. And you mean to tell me that is less now than what I paid for it? That effect years ago is also plus the buggy games coming out. That has an effect.
Single player games depreciate very fast unless it's a very popular single player game. Now,
multiplayer games were depleting fast too.
Only if it's not as popular. If it's a popular multiplayer game, that game is not going to go down in price.
I'll say this: I think games should be whatever price they release. I think they think they should hold to it for at least 6 months.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
For 6 months, because then you don't run into the regret like what Sir X-Men's talking about. Like, I just spent this and now I feel burnt as a customer.
Yeah, because what do people say when the game come out? Oh, I'll just wait for it to have a sale. They say it all the time.
Well, publishers need to understand that consumers are taking a risk on an unknown product.
Right.
Exactly.
Trust the name.
Callisto Protocol.
It's an unknown. It's a $70 gamble, right?
Yeah,
it's a $70 gamble. I mean,
well,
that's just not.
I have a question for you, Don. Do you think a brand new IP that's never been heard, never been proven before, should come at the $70 mark and should come at the standard $60 or $50 mark?
Me and Don's had this conversation many a time.
You've had that conversation. But I'm just throwing it back in there.
$60 or less. $60 or less for a new IP.
Yeah.
No matter the quality. Go ahead.
But just think about it. If you have a $40 game, and let's say it's an online game or single player game, whatever it may be, and it's a little bit buggy, are you more critical if it's $40 or are you more critical when it's $70?
When it's 70.
How emotionally invested are you in that game if it's buggy and you paid $40? You're less emotionally invested, and you're probably going to give it a little bit more of leniency, right?
Right.
You're going to give it a little more of a chance. Right. Exactly. You're like, it's not about if the game's perfect. It's how close, how quickly you get on the ball on making it right for me as a customer. Well, the expectation increases as you raise the price. Like, you go to a restaurant and it's $100 a plate. Well, that service better be on point. I shouldn't have to ask for my water. I don't have to go point like this. Hey, I need water. Like, none of that shit's going to happen. It's going to be yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Like, I want the premium service for that much. And it's the same sort of expectation with any product. And there's this disconnect in gaming where like the publisher's not really in connection with the audience that they're selling products to. And they need to take a step back and take a look and engage the customers. They don't have to reveal who they are, but they do need to engage in the gamer, and understand where they're coming from. And then they can maybe approach, their funding, their development of products differently. But this is an issue. Like, I'm not complaining, because the reality is, with all this sort of stuff and seeing the writing on the walls, I see opportunity for myself, where others don't. But it's going to be a rough road. And my recommendation for anybody in the industry, and I've said this multiple times to Mega and other conversations we had, save your damn money. If you land your job, save your damn money, because projects get canceled regardless if the industry shrinks or not. And this industry is going to be moving quickly, and if you can't adapt to things, you better be prepared so you're not become left bitter. And so you can live out that dream later, because I want people to live out their dream, even if they get turned down now, that they eventually will make it. And I think the people that have lost their job recently, I say don't quit. If you're a talented individual, or if you need to hone some things in, or you need to retool yourself, uh, do it. But this industry is going to change, and you gotta have to wear more hats, and these publishers are going to have to look at things differently, and the price of games are just too high, too high. We need to get more gamers engaged in our games and maybe respect their time. We talk about 25-hour game. That's a solid. That's a solid playthrough. Customers
Yeah.
going to feel happy about what they spent on that.
Yeah.
Do I need to make that game 150 hours of playthrough, or is it going to get old in the tooth at a certain point, right? And maybe leave the customer with a bad experience, and maybe the sequel doesn't do as well, right? Like, that's the thing also too. Like, developers are not thinking of, or say publishers are not thinking about they look at engagement, they look at all these numbers, and they're important, but they're not looking at the experience, the memory that you're leaving with the customer. And that there's a reason why people are fond of the old games, even though they were shorter. They were great experiences.
I
What do you
would
mean?
say, and I want to get Mitchie to get, I want to get Mitchie's thoughts on this, but I also will say this, is that if there's games that has, like, let's say for instance Hellblade, right? There was people that were bitching about Hellblade being around the same length of time that the first was,
and
for 40, it's $40, and so I don't have a problem with that if it's at the same time link or a little bit more, perfect. But if you give me a game like the Odysseys and the what you call, where they are 200-300 100+ hour experiences, I don't want you to drop those numbers down because of engagement, because you've already given me something that I enjoyed. That, because I do feel that there should be a mix of games to where there are 3 to 15 hour experiences, and then you have a third tier that's anywhere from 15 to 40 hour experiences, and then of course you have the other tier, which is games that's already been known. That's my whole thought process on it. But Mitchie, what is your thoughts about this for what you've heard so far? Like, I mean, are you in agreement with most of the people on the panel about the $70 price point? Do you wait, or is it, if what kind of game would it be that you would say, okay, I'll risk it all and I'll go ahead and I'll pay the $70 for, if any?
The last game I paid like full price for, that I bought like off the jump, I think was Hogwarts.
Okay.
That was a worthy game.
But that was worth it,
yes,
though.
that was a worthy game. Yes.
Yeah.
And
okay,
I thought it was
Hellblade's
worth
50?
it.
Okay.
I got it 4 days early. I paid extra, even though my extra really didn't give me much, but that's okay. It was worth it.
So if they do a new one, you'll probably buy one because you felt like it was worth your value.
Right, it was worth my time. It was a well-made game. It really wasn't that buggy. So I was all in for that game.
Yeah.
It is on PC.
And like
it's everywhere.
Baldur's Gate, because I don't know if I'm gonna like that game. I have not pulled the trigger. It just sits there in my wish list, looking at me.
It's different. It's different, but I think if you could
don't know if I'd like it.
If you could get into it, you will love it. That's just how. If like, I would think if Don would give it an opportunity, because this is definitely not a Don game, but if he figured something out that made him say, interesting, he will fall in love with it afterwards.
And that's one of those games that are worth 70 and above for the deluxe versions.
Yeah, I would say that game is worth $70 because of how much detail they put in the game.
The last game I bought that was anywhere above 70 was when I got you, what was it? Midnight Suns.
Midnight Suns, yeah.
That was the last time I bought anything well over $70. It was the Shut Up edition, obviously. So the fact is, unless I'm doing it as a purchase for someone else, I'm not doing it for myself at or above $70 because I know that my money is precious to me, and I'm going to be much more smarter when it comes to certain games. That's why I love stuff like Game Pass, because you have the opportunity to say, okay, this is $17.99 a month, and you get to try out all these games. Not every game's gonna come, but at least you get to save some money on these services. Ubisoft Plus is another thing. You get the ultimate package of the game, all the DLC, and you're paying $18 a month. So you tell me if Microsoft and Ubisoft haven't looked at the industry and said, okay, these people aren't going to spend this much money on these games. Let's just give them a service where they can rent it, try it if they like it. If they like it, we give them a little bit of a discount on the games, and then they're more likely stay in the program, and they don't have to worry about breaking the bank to try to play the games.
The people that are buying it at the nice $50 price are the people that just have regular Xbox Live or whatever they call it. You know, they spend the $60 a year. Those are the people that buy that game outright. So they're also accommodating them that don't have Ultimate Game Pass yet.
Exactly.
So that's why they keep it at 50 and lower prices. Most Microsoft games are lower prices when they come out new. You know, they've been doing that for a minute.
Now you know
I'm
that
slick and efficient. That sucker came in here, but I got it fixed. Y'all didn't even know it. That shit is already there.
I knew he came in there and flashed on my screen. Ham Solo joined the room.
Oh, anyway. I know I busted it up.
Hey, but I was quick and efficient, sucker, even with me being sick. That's all right.
So we got another new name for you.
Got to deal with it.
Buster.
Get it cleaned up.
Buster.
Clean up, man.
Buster. Ham Buster. I like the Ham Buster.
Oh, God. Anyway. So that, okay, but anyway, Amici, did you have anything else that you want to say about the $70 price tag and about the Final Fantasy situation? Why people aren't consistently buying this game at the levels that they once were?
I just don't think it's as popular as it once was. I think it's lost some of its shine over the years. I think because of the remakes and stuff, and them trying to make it more modern, and I think that's why.
That's interesting. So you think the modernization has some factor into it?
I agree.
Sure.
I agree.
Because they remade 7. I'm not into Final Fantasy, so
what part of the modernization? I'm curious because that's not something I thought of.
I think because, like, okay, in the current one, Rebirth, they have some performance issues. I've heard many people that their performance side is blurry, so that doesn't work.
And they waited 6 years for that game too, Michi.
And I've heard they changed I've heard some people say that they changed the remake so much that it doesn't even resemble the old game.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, they changed the story in the first one, and then the second one is now following along that storyline. So, hey, if a certain character is supposed to be dying and she doesn't die, well,
So it's basically Final Fantasy reimagined.
Right.
Yes. Basically.
Right. It's Final Fantasy Multiverse.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. It's Final Fantasy Multiverse.
There's the word you use for everything when it changes.
It is. It's Final Fantasy Multiverse.
No, that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
So in that other timeline, she stays alive.
Yeah. Then what are you fighting for if she stays alive?
Well, the whole.
Like, I haven't pulled the trigger yet on Alan Wake 2 yet either. So
see, no, I have Alan Wake, but see, again, it's sitting there waiting, and I don't really do scary games like that anyway. But it's beautiful. It is stunning.
That's for part 2 though. That's different.
Right.
Part 2 is supposed to be totally different than part 1. That's acceptable. But when you put a game that says Final Fantasy VII, you're supposed to still stay along that timeline.
Alan Wake is at $70. Yeah.
Yeah, it was 40 or 50 somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So it was digital only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
That's the
sold
way they
like
can
it's
reduce
sold
costs
like
too if they
hotcakes.
go digital
Mhm.
only.
Wait a minute, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact on when I go to the cart, it's actually a lot higher
Yes,
than that.
Gunner. Yes, Gunner.
We established there's a tax on you.
Right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It was $40. What are you talking about? What the hell are you paying out there?
No,
this Chuck E. Cheese tokens don't cut it anymore, man.
This damn thing is $80 for the deluxe edition. I
For
don't think so.
Alan
Wake 2, yes. I'm looking at it right.
Listen here, you need to stop paying with the Chuck E. Cheese tokens, man.
Man, you
Chuck
need
E.
to
Cheese
turn
right
off.
now, Viper, remember, you're not getting the discount from Xbox Live. Ultimate because you got that problem.
No, here's the thing: the standard version of Alan Wake 2 is $60, and then you had to actually add on the deluxe package to, then it's 89. It's $79.99. So I'm like,
well, that's not bad. It used to be $90, so it's still $10 cheaper. With the 70, it used to be 90, so it's still $10 cheaper. That's the old price when you pay for deluxe versions when the game was $60. You paid an extra 20, but now you're paying an extra 10 on top of that right now with a $70 game.
Exactly.
That's about right. That's not bad. I can live with that. But that $10 adds on to your tax if you're in one of those taxable states. So that makes that near almost over, sometimes 100 or 100 plus if you're New York. Right.
Every state is taxable. And
no, not every state. Not Oklahoma. There are some states that don't tax you on your purchases.
So, well, they started to tax on Amazon and stuff like that, but
most of them do these days.
Right, most of them do, but there are very few that do
Viper's
that.
got a special tax.
Yeah,
I don't
Viper,
know what's going on
your
there.
prices is way high over there. I don't know, man.
You better claim that on your tax
sure
return,
Florida
whatever
does
you're
it.
doing.
Florida's got tax free. Yeah, Florida's tax free. But that's
so is Oregon, where Core lives. There's no tax
and
on
those are
anything
the craziest people in Oregon and in goddamn Florida. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, maybe they need to tax their ass.
They're so happy because all the extra money they got came, nigga. They gotta be
wilding out there.
Right?
They wilding. Cyber Gunner 81 said, "Is Tekken 8 worth full price for a casual fighting fan?" Absolutely.
Hell no.
Bro,
Hell no.
It is worth every penny. I told you guys that when it was all when the dust settled that was going to be the best fighter that was out, and as you can see, it is. Now,
did you enjoy that 52 gig update for Killer Instinct, dude?
I did.
52 gig update.
I didn't get to play it yet. I haven't got the chance to play it yet. So I'll
you already did it, Michi?
Yeah. Yep. So I'll go ahead and I'll jump in. And probably download it tonight.
I have it downloaded already on mine. I'm like, I didn't get a 50 gig update.
I might have already got it, but I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But I haven't booted it up since they got the update. Yeah, I haven't booted the game up. So, and it might update when I turn it on.
Xbox account. Make it in America, dude. Just
stop. It is in America.
Stop bouncing around. Not South America, America.
Dude, he lives in the Chicago area with me. What are you talking about?
Let me go ahead and hit Ham up since Ham just got here and get his thoughts about this situation.
Of the pricing situation and Final Fantasy,
Yeah, so Ham, what we're discussing is about the Final Fantasy situation. Why is it not selling like it used to? And we've also gotten to the point of like, is it because of the $70 price tag that's hurting the industry the way that it is because they became too greedy? What is your thoughts on all of this?
If I were to just throw my hat in and just have my thought about it randomly, I guess I'd say I just think they're kind of pandering to people that don't play games anymore.
Very good point.
I don't think $70 is really the problem. I think that's part of the problem for sure. I mean, when you get so much out of something like a Helldivers, that lasts for a long time, and it's only $40, and you play Pal World, you see games like that you can jump into. They don't cost too much, but they offer a lot. Those are pretty nice. A lot of people are into free games or just the games that they're used to. Final Fantasy, I don't know. I feel like their stories are so different from one to another that like people just and they just don't really. I don't know. They don't really look that interesting, even to me. Like the only Final Fantasy I found kind of interesting is this like the recent 16, and the only reason that I found that kind of interesting is just because of the combat. I could care less about the story. The story is so goddamn dry, boring, repetitive. It feels like everywhere I go, there's a cut scene. It's just like, I don't know. I don't feel like it's catering to the modern gamer as much as they're trying to remain loyal to the fans that kind of been riding with them for
Right.
the oh so long years, whether it's good, bad, or whatever. I just feel like they're inconsistent. They are only on PlayStation, which they were other places before. So it's like, how do you keep up with something that just kind of moves around? Or is, out on PC this time and then, only on PS5 these times. And, it's just like a lot of people buy games and look at games differently. And I just don't think that Final Fantasy has properly really changed with the times. Like really
Not the
the
right
only
way.
people that you ever hear that play these Final Fantasies have played the previous ones. How many new people have came on and just been like, you know what, I just got into Final Fantasy and wow. Like everybody already
That is a
knows
great point. That is a
Final
great
Fantasy
point.
that played Final Fantasy.
That
But
is
you
a great
never
point.
hear about like it just really taking up like the new crowd that are all into totally different things that we grew up to. You know what I mean?
That's a
So like
great point.
you a lot of these things change with the times, but I don't think sometimes people recognize it until like, look at Square Enix now. Like they're still trying to figure it out and get money. They just lost all this money, but they've got these deals with people that they have to stay on top of, and now they're trying to figure out what kind of game they can get to they went from a leader to a follower, and it's nuts. And I've said that about Square Enix before. Like they used back in the day, SquareSoft, like they were that company. Like when you thought of SquareSoft, you also thought of like Bandai Namco. You thought of Capcom. Like all of those companies were just like hot, but like Square Enix like kind of pitted themselves and kind of I'd say over invested in just doing the same thing, while these other companies, even Capcom, had to take a step back and be like, yo, we fucked up.
Well, do you think going away from
Especially when they went to PlayStation only for that Street Fighter, like
Yeah, that
people
was
were just
bad.
like,
Well, and it was
like,
cheaply made. It was cheaply
so
done. It was half-assed.
think about this. Think about
they didn't have
these
money?
consoles or whatever. Sure,
Yeah,
we
they
have a
didn't.
fun time with console wars and stuff like that, but we still have a good time having experienced the same game as somebody else. Either you said you played it on, like if I were to tell somebody, I beat, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto, right? I'm just talking to some random person about Grand Theft Auto and I beat it. And we're talking about all these missions and whatnot. And then I'm like, yo, we should link up. What are you on? And he's like, PlayStation. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm on Xbox. Right? Like, it's still like a conversation, right? Because it's not so pitted in the corner. So not only are you pitted only on one console, you're doing the exact same recipe repetitively. The same restaurant in the 80s doesn't work today. How many times have you watched this and seen Gordon Ramsay walk into Kitchen Nightmares and say, dude, wallpaper still, You got to change it up, man. What are you doing? This place is gross.
So do
you
you
haven't
think
changed the fryer? You haven't changed the fryer oil in how long? Look at these ducks; they're insane. Look at the fridge; things are rotting. Like
so?
you're still working in that kitchen, but expecting better result.
So him, I
And
got
it's
a
just
question
like,
for you.
dude, you gotta do something.
So do you
What's
think
up?
it was a mistake for them to go away from turn-based RPGs? I'm asking you.
You could definitely make an
'Cause I
argument
noticed
for
that
that
was a
because if you look
change.
at Shimigami Tensei now Persona, it's just like I feel like maybe they could have did a better job with story in that sense. And maybe it'd make more sense for it to be movie-like because I felt like Atlas got away with it with Persona 5 on me. I watched every cutscene.
Gotcha.
I watched every cutscene because it kept me
Cutscenes was
involved, but it's
fire
also
in Persona 5.
transformed to today's real-time events. If you watch Persona and the things that happen in that shit, you could see that same shit on the news. Like some of
was
that shit you can
relatable.
see on the news, sure, it's more of a spectacular in fiction event, but like CEOs being fucking nuts, people being held hostage to do work, people getting beat at their school for not being very good. We all seen Varsity Blues. Like we can
He said
see
Varsity
this
Blues.
stuff.
God damn.
You know what I'm saying? We all seen this kind of stuff before, where there's like, where it's just like it relates to reality a little bit, and it feels like I feel like people are now more consumed with drama that feels realistic.
Well, reality,
And
yeah, I got you.
oh yeah, I mean, just look at Chicago crime and Chicago music, and then on top of it, those numbers, the money that they make off of that kind of stuff, and it's all drama. It's all
That's
drama.
why I don't care what they say.
Misery.
I love Quantum Break. I love Quantum Break for the story.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
Same
what that got to do with anything.
It's not the same, but
it's immersive. You know what I'm saying? It gave a good story.
Just to let him finish.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Okay. Anyway, so because we only got 30 more minutes because I'm not doing a long podcast today. I'm sick. Lost teeth. Well, tooth. I ain't gonna say, I still got
Your toothus.
Man, it still feels weird sticking my tongue through that little hole, man, back there. Goddamn pause.
I'm not touching that. I'm not touching that.
Female.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, so stop it. I know. Hold on, let me take my medicine. Hold on. All right, so no, it ain't no liquor. It is pain relief.
It is liquor.
No, it is not liquor. It is Tylenol. It's liquid Tylenol. My mouth hurts. I ain't putting no liquor nowhere near my mouth.
Get that man some milk.
Yeah, just burn it. Just burn the cauterize the whole with some alcohol. You're good.
Yeah. That'll sterilize it, bro.
That would be the right thing to do.
I had to feel five needles go down in my gums. That was
you're not done.
Pleasant.
Wait till they replace it.
They ain't replacing it. I'll be fine.
You're just gonna leave a hole there?
Yeah, I mean it's way back in the back. Like I said, I still got my wisdom teeth.
Those are the most important ones.
I've
had mine taken out, so I know how he feels. I've had that taken out.
No. Go ahead. What was you gonna say?
You just make sure that they've sewn it up and make sure you don't get dry socket.
Okay. What the hell is dry socket?
Dry socket is basically where you will
telling you can't smoke.
Yeah, you can't smoke.
I don't smoke.
That's you don't try to suck on anything or put your tongue in it or anything like. Yeah, you just let.
They say don't put your straws. Don't put. Yeah, they say don't use straws. They say don't put your tongue. Don't put your tongue in it.
No.
Oh shit! Because I've been licking at it, because it's annoying.
Do you want a major infection? What are you doing?
So what you want to do is if they gave you
don't use straws.
If they gave you that little gauze and to keep in there, leave the gauze in there and just let it sit there.
Oh shit.
That's
Okay.
and then let it heal. You got to do salt water.
Get it? Okay. They gave me
Gargle,
this little.
gargle your mouth with salt water.
They gave me this
And
little stuff. This little gel stuff. I've been putting it in there, but I took the gauze out because it stopped bleeding. So okay.
Nope. You don't
Let
want
me
to
put
do
it
that.
out.
You're on Xbox Live. This will go so left right now.
Baking soda is good too.
Yeah, baking soda as well.
I'm gonna start going back to brushing my teeth with baking soda because I used to do it all the time. Start using that bullshit. Anyway, okay, Don, I'm
You
sorry.
can use
Anyway,
baking soda for like anything.
No, do your thing. I'm just
done.
worried about you, man.
Okay.
I'm genuinely worried about you. Like
okay.
after we're done with the podcast, let's talk to his wife and make sure you guys.
He walked into a Niners fan. I can see.
I can't trust Mega with Mega.
We can't
You
trust
can't because I mean just doing wild shit.
You can't trust Mega with Mega. He's gonna make bad choices.
What that Niners fan do? XK Mega. What that Niners fan do to you?
What'd you say? What'd you say?
What that Niners fan do to you?
Stop it. What you mean? Maybe the dentist was a Niner fan. I don't know.
Busted you in the mouth. You got busted in the mouth.
If I got busted in the mouth, I guarantee you I would be in the hospital. We wouldn't have no show because he had to beat my ass.
He took one look at you. This sucker's got he's like, I can probably pull his tooth and get away with it.
Yank. Anyway, all right. Let's get to this. Okay. Really quick, I do want to ask this question because it was brought up. Okay, about the PC games. More PlayStation games are going to PC, and another studio got shut down. You know, what is that? Devotion Studios?
Deviation Games.
Deviation Games or Studios or whatever got shut down. And, you know, nobody's really, you know, they were working on this. This is going with what Don was bringing up and talking about. Well, you know, save your money, do what you got to do. They were working on a PlayStation AAA game. PlayStation canceled it. They're done. The media is not really addressing this like they would. Like if this was an Xbox situation, I don't get it. I really don't get it. And on top of that, why is nobody actually? Why the exclusive conversation? I think it's almost done. It's almost out of here because Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon Forbidden West. They're already talking about Demon Souls. They're talking about The Last of Us 2 and God of War Ragnarok are all going to PC within the year, and they're even there. And then the rumors are still coming up again about a remake for Bloodborne, and now that's going to be on PC day and date with PlayStation. We'll see about that. If we get all of those games, which most likely we will, and Gran Turismo going to PC, the whole exclusive conversation I feel is dead. I don't know. We haven't heard from Mitchie in a while. What's your thoughts? Is this situation dead? And what the hell about with studios closing and things like that? What's your thoughts?
Well, if Xbox is PC and PC is Xbox, right? Is the same for PlayStation? Is PlayStation PC and PC PlayStation? Is that the same?
No.
Ooh.
No, why not? If it's the same for Xbox, why is it the same for PlayStation?
Because here's the difference: Microsoft gets paid either way.
Let's go.
Yep.
PlayStation can get paid either.
Say that again, Don, please, for the people that didn't hear it.
No, this is important to point out. Like, and I get where you're getting at, Michi, but there's another layer to this. So, think about a business. Microsoft's the type of business that wants to be the bottom of the pyramid. That everyone above them is dependent on them, and so, and that's how they get paid. That's how they're the juggernaut they are today. And so, what people don't understand, Epic is one of Microsoft's biggest customers, not the other way around. They're the same thing with Steam. Steam is one of Microsoft's biggest customers. So when I say when they release it on PC, Microsoft's the platform.
Yep.
In regards to that. So, and it's not meant to be like shade towards PlayStation gamers or anything like that, but that's what it is. No, and you're right. Sony will also get paid as well. But Microsoft always gets paid.
Well, don't forget, because Microsoft is also Windows. And what does every PC run on? Windows. Now, granted, there's some that run on Linux, but
that's that bottom of
majority
the pyramid thing I was telling you about. That's
exactly
that's the reason why when they release a game on Steam, Microsoft like doesn't really care because they
right.
still get paid from Steam. Like,
Mhm.
and it's not just because of their profit. Like Steam also pays them on top of that. So like, you know, it all roads in back to Microsoft when you release stuff on PC.
Okay.
But I get what you're trying to say though.
Yes. Um, I don't know if the see when okay. I wasn't on here when the Microsoft released their 4 games on PlayStation and Switch.
Okay.
I don't care. I can say I don't care. Long as I get to play them, it doesn't matter. I mean, you put them where you want. Make your
Okay.
money, have fun. I don't care. Um, and so I guess if PlayStation wants to do the same thing, let them do the same thing. They want to send games to us, lovely. Then then maybe it will be one platform to rule them all. You know,
I mean, we're
eventually
kind of heading that way. I mean, how
we
different is the
are.
PlayStation? How different is a PlayStation than a PC? How different is an Xbox from a PC?
Hmm.
It's not much different.
Not
Right,
much. They're
right.
they're as with and with each iteration of their consoles, they get closer and closer to PC.
Yeah, you are correct.
All right.
That's it. That's all I got.
Sir X-Man, your thoughts.
Yes, sir.
Your thoughts.
I just want to double check exactly what we're saying.
Uh-oh.
Just refresh real quick if you don't mind.
Okay. We're talking about these games coming over to PC, PlayStation games coming over to PC, and the whole situation with these studios that's been working under Sony that are being that are going away. They're shutting down. They're canceling. Like, why are people not, the media coming out and making a bigger fuss about this? Because listen, I know there's good faith and nobody's saying that Sony is out here just doing bad things, but if this was a Microsoft game, I mean, just look at how they got chastised about what they did to Lionhead Studios, right? And then so
and killed your game. Scale
right,
was that game
right.
that scale down.
I mean, how many studios got shut down last year from that was from Sony? And I understand that this studio isn't primarily a Sony studio, but they were working on a AAA game, and Sony canceled it. What'd you say?
Wasn't Deviation a support studio?
Yeah, they were working on this AAA game. I don't know if it was going to be one of those if there was going to be one of those 13 online games or not, but it was a AAA title, and Sony cut the cord, and for the reason they folded. Now the studio is gone. So, Sir X-Man, your thoughts about this whole situation about exclusivity and about these studios closing?
Here's my big situation on this. They talked about it a little bit, but why didn't these people? Nobody really talking about Twisted Metal being canceled, the whole studio shutting down.
Yes, exactly.
Why? Why aren't they talking about that? If it was any other Xbox game, they would be screaming from the hills about that. But you don't hear nobody talking about it. They did it for a brief moment, and then that was it. I mean, it's a double standard out there. I mean, Sony's late to the game. I've been saying they should have started innovating and adjusting to the way times are about maybe 4 to 5 years ago. It's not even before Game Pass, Microsoft was putting games on PC, double dipping by putting it on Steam and other places. So, I mean, they're late to the party. And now you're closing down studios because you're so late to the party and you're not making that finance like you should be making. You're not making a profit. Your profit for the bottom line is not making it because you got all these other divisions you got to cover for. So that's their biggest problem. The PlayStation is their revenue for the whole company. So you should have been investing more into that than anything. And I got to give it to them, Sony, even though I can't afford them, they do have some really the highest rated TVs out there. But nobody can afford those. Right. Nobody can afford those.
They got some great TVs. I mean, that Bravia that I got is still cooking. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're willing to spend the money, Sony TVs are nice.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah,
they're still
but
the top rated. Them and the high level Samsungs are equal. They are equal because they cost about the same amount of money. But
because I'm a Samsung guy, they're cheaper. They're a little bit
Sony
cheaper.
charges more.
Yeah, they charge way they charge way too much.
So they're really depending on the PlayStation right now.
Hisense is become the new TCL.
Oh my God, Hisense is way above TCL right now. They're actually competing hard.
They're more popular. They're popular like
That's my last TV is a Hisense right now. Yeah. And I thought I'd never say that in my life. And I went and seen that Hisense.
I know it's gorgeous, ain't it?
And I
what's crazy?
And I was blown away.
You know what's crazy?
Real quick,
next 2 years, it's all going to be Sharp.
You think so?
Sharp's coming back?
Sharp owns QDEL, which is the next display technology. It has all the advantages of OLED and none of the disadvantages.
Wow.
It's a non-organic pixel-to-pixel light up that they're doing there. And it's based.
Sounds like it's going to be expensive.
No, apparently it's cheaper than producing OLED. It's going to start coming on products this year, like smartwatches, and then as they scale up, it's going to be licensed to TV manufacturers.
Wow. Sharp making a return.
Delicious.
That does sound delicious.
Yeah,
I like Sharp back in the day.
Sharp was the shit back in the day.
Yeah, the technology is called QDEL. Look into it. It's a fun little read of what's going on there. Like, oh, I have every brightness of the LCD, no burn-in like an LCD, but I have all the black level ranges that you get from OLED, and none of the disadvantages. So,
and there's that one company back in the day too, like Hitachi or whatever.
Yeah, Hitachi. Yeah,
is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Hitachi.
I figured out me myself since you guys took over for a minute.
That shit was, dude. I remember those big screen TVs. Those things were nice back in the day.
Y'all know Walmart bought Vizio, right?
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah. But that's Sony's biggest problem.
The Vizio TV,
and that used to be Sony. See, that's another thing too. Sony is just they're outside of the gaming division. You know what I'm saying?
They're not making a profit.
They're doing like the whole situation with Madam Web. There's a lot of stuff going on about there and behind the scenes that there could. I mean, it's a long shot, but Disney,
the lead actress does not want to play us. Wishes that she never did it.
Right, but because of the last few movies that are all bombed that were in the Spider-Man universe, Disney there's rumors that Disney is over here looking to try to find a way to get the license back because they're degraded. They're saying that the rumors are that they're degrading the Spider-Man franchise by giving out these bad products, and that the court should go ahead and let Disney get the movie license rights back.
Hey, like Into the Spider-Verse, real quick. Into the Spider-Verse was amazing.
The animations are fine.
Right, was amazing.
Yeah, the animations are
the
great.
story was fine in that one.
Yeah,
but the second one,
the movies
the second one
are bad.
Wasn't as good as the first one. So word of mouth got out, and it didn't make as much money as the first one.
Yeah, so I don't know. I was just listening to that and I thought that was weird, but I didn't know that.
I don't think
Walmart
they have much of a case, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but back to
they've been in talks about it from the.
I'm sure they'll try what they can, just like any other company.
Right.
So.
Yeah, but back to going to the PC, is it too late for Sony? Because there are already Xbox games and other people in that environment already for them to jump. First, they're talking about getting the app. Then they don't know if they want to put them all on Steam. I mean, be concise on exactly what you want to do and put it out and let people know and lock it in. Don't let people speculate what the rumors are. Make a message, put a video out or something, and explain to people exactly what you're doing. Because right now, people are confused what Sony is doing, and you're pushing people away because you're not giving any answers. When Microsoft saw a problem, Phil and the gang, they came out and explained what they're doing. People might not have liked it, but they gave the proof of faith that you're letting them know what is happening. Sony's not doing that. I mean, the guy comes out and just rants a thing. We're going to go on PC and start put our games everywhere. But unless you have like a full press conference with questions and answers for people, it's not going to have the same effect.
That's not the Sony way, though. That's not the Sony way.
Yeah,
they don't have to. They don't have to. The media don't question them like that. So,
and that's why people are confused out there in the media, because you're not explaining yourself.
Well,
correctly.
They're not confused in the media. The media just refuses to want to talk about it. The PlayStation fan, as long as they don't hear it, they can keep their head in the sand and not talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So
they act like it never happened.
No, right. You know what I'm saying? Until they'll start bitching and complaining once they see Horizon Forbidden West. But Ghost of Tsushima is going to hurt them badly. Gran Turismo is going to hurt them badly. And then when you get like MLB The Show on PC and let's see.
Gran Turismo jump on that.
The Last of Us 2, which is going to come, and this is what's really going to get them. If there is a Bloodborne remake and that jumps on PC day one, they're going to shit. They're going to go nuts. They're going to go. Nuts.
It's also in their pipeline list that they're going to make for just their console a remaster of the original God of Wars.
I would love that.
Which I said they should have done a long time ago.
I would cop that in a heartbeat. I'll cop that day one.
Now, question: are you going to bring it to PC also? That's the question.
Of course,
if you want more people to bring it to PC, and you can put it on the existing PR, and you can put it in the existing PS4s that are still out there in the wild, and you can put it on the PS5.
It's over. PlayStation games are coming to PC now. It's no ands, ifs, or buts about it. They might still delay a few, but now it's getting closer and closer for the day and date. It's no ands, ifs, or buts about it no more. So I don't know.
But my question, like I said, K-Mega, is it too little, too late by the time they do this? Because this probably will not be out till 2020. But these probably won't be out till
no, they're coming more. They're coming sooner. No, they're coming sooner and sooner. They're coming more rapidly.
They have to act like a desperate dog and do what they got to do.
Yeah, these games are coming out more. They're coming out sooner. I mean, look, the God of War and the first Horizon Zero Dawn came out 5 years later. Horizon Forbidden West is coming out a year later. Ghost of Tsushima.
God of War trilogy will be perfect.
Well, yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. So it's a day, and they're going to eventually get to the point to where it's day and date. Like they're just acclimating their fan base to where they're just going to accept it because that's all they can do. It's inevitable.
It's not that; it's the pipeline and their development. So
it's inevitable.
Eventually, their studios will get on board and build their games in mind with releasing day and date. They're just not there yet. So
they need to call it Don to work on their systems. You know what I'm saying? So Don to get it right.
No, I can't do everything.
But you could do it, couldn't you?
No, I'm an artist.
Oh, look
not
at
a programmer.
you.
Yeah, I don't know why people think I can do everything. I can't do everything.
Well, you heard that introduction, man. It's like you do everything, bro.
Well, I try to do as much as I can, but realistically, I think it's their pipeline, and eventually they'll get there. They're just not there yet.
Oh, sure.
You know.
Hey Don, on this question, since you know them, do you think Sony really needs to start working more on their internet? I mean, their server for online because they're lacking in that.
Everyone has to, even Microsoft. That never stops.
But it seems like Sony has stopped a while ago doing that.
I'm sure they're still working on it. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that. They'll look at certain times when's the right time to invest and stuff like that. But that just comes with time, and not everyone's the same. Not everyone's at the same level as one another. Just there's some people going to be better at it than others. For example, I'm shit at networking. That's why I'm not doing any online games. Because it's not something I want to hire. There's a whole cost and mess that comes along with it. So I'm not going to do it. Doesn't mean other people can't, and that doesn't mean other people are not good at that stuff, and that not everyone's on the same level. It's just reality.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Don, for answering that.
Let me go to Viper to get the last, and then we get our last topic and get the hell out of here. Viper, your thoughts about this whole situation with the studios closing, Sony, bending the knee or succumb to the throw needle, putting these games on PC, rightfully so.
So there's a few things. I will push back on what Sir X Man said about they were a little bit too late to the party. How soon we forget that Sony bought Gaikai back in 2013 so that they can do the streaming services. Now, yes, they were ahead of the game when it came to cloud streaming for their games, but did they really capitalize on it the right way? See, they were a little bit forward thinking back then, because remember, competition breeds excellence, and they knew that they needed to do something different. That's why they bought Gaikai. That's why they had PlayStation Now, and that's why they had the streaming service. But they screwed up. They did only PlayStation 3 streaming, a little bit of PlayStation 2 streaming. I didn't remember seeing any PlayStation 1 streaming games on there, but it was mostly PlayStation 3 streaming games because they couldn't do the backwards compatibility because of the cell processor. So then you never put any of your PS4 games in there. You never tried to, promote PlayStation Now. So what were people going to think? You had the technology, you had the service available. You failed at producing the stuff. Now, let's even go to today. PlayStation VR 2. Have you actually produced games for that? No. All you had was Call of the Mountain for that one. That's the only first party game you've got for PlayStation VR 2. Then you've now shut down London studio for and they were
Metal.
yeah you shut them down for Twisted Metal, but they were also one of your last VR companies that you had employed with you. London studio was one of the last ones. So you got rid of all your VR. Now you've got hardware out there that nobody is using because there are no games for it. What the hell is going on with this PlayStation Portal? I haven't heard anything since last December. Nothing. I haven't heard a peep about PlayStation Portal. So you've got hardware sitting out there. You're not doing anything properly with it. Sir X-Man was wrong about being late to the game. They were early to the game, but they fumbled the ball.
Yep.
They shit the bed. So the best.
You ever heard that?
I don't like that insult like that.
Yeah, they did shit the bed. But the fact is, they could have gotten to the top with extra stuff, and they would have been in prime position to fight Microsoft on Game Pass because they already had PlayStation Plus.
Oh, they would have shut Xbox down by this generation. Yeah.
Exactly. They would have shut them down, and they could have said, we beat the juggernaut Microsoft. They could have done that, but they fumbled, and now they're playing catch up, like Sir X-Man said. So that was the only pushback I had for Sir X-Man, was that they didn't start off behind the curve. They were ahead of the curve, and then somewhere along the way, maybe it was cocky Sony again, because remember, PlayStation 3 Sony, oh, you need to get a second job in order to pay for this console. Oh,
that was an epic fail.
We got these assholes coming back again. All right. Oh, you're gonna pay $70 for this game. We told you that, okay, yeah, we were gonna let you get this thing as a free upgrade, but from now on you're gonna pay this $70. Oh, it's for the payers, not the players.
So what do you think if they release new hardware today? What would it cost?
Oh, that PS5 Pro you talking about, Don?
The PS5.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying if Sony was going to release new hardware between now and the holidays,
you better have some games.
What do you think? What do you think it's going to cost?
Oh, obviously $600 to $700 for that.
No, they'll charge $600.
No,
they'll charge $600.
Trust me. Look, they already charged $600 for the PSVR 2. Come on. Don't you think that? And then they raised the prices of PS5. What was it? 2 years after it's been out.
So
don't forget they raised their prices of their memberships too. Remember?
What was that?
I said they raised their prices of their memberships too.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Also hurting them.
They raised it by 33%. So you tell me, Do you think that they're not going to charge $600 to $700 for a PS5 Pro? Come on.
600 for sure. 600 for sure.
And people don't even buy your games. You really think they're going to spend that kind of money?
No.
They'll buy the console.
The point is,
that's true.
The point is, I want you guys to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
All of you guys, is to think about like where are they going to land? Because I have questions too, and I don't know if it's going to be cheap.
Do you have their development kit?
I'm not allowed to talk.
Okay, see, all right, I know. I was got you. But the thing was, here's the thing.
I'm not allowed to talk about what hardware I have or don't have, or what I have access or don't have access to.
No, the thing is, I know that they have the development kits out there, but
the hypothetical is simple. Like,
you're back with
release new hardware today. Release new hardware today. Where would they land? And that's something to think about because everything's more expensive than it was before.
Yeah.
What's interesting about this generation, like the prices of consoles are not really dropping. There's some exceptions and some sales here and there. For the most part, they're not dropping. So if you're going to make more powerful hardware, what do you think it's going to cost?
$600 to $650, probably
$600 to $700, no doubt.
Yeah.
Just something to think about for you guys.
Interesting.
Oh, I mean,
okay.
It's nothing for me to to guess at. I mean, I know for sure the price is going to be up there. They've like I said, they raised their prices of the console 2 years after they released it. Come on, normally 2 to 3 years after you release a console, it's supposed to go down.
And Xbox did a little bit too, right?
Yes, Xbox did it too. Yes.
So I'm just looking at the market as a whole and trying to be as fair as possible.
Well, they dropped the price of the S way down.
And the X. You can get for $50 to $100 less.
Permanent, or was it a one-time sale?
I think it's a one-time sale because it's actually the
X
is
I think it's permanent
now.
Yeah.
The X is now $450.
Okay. And the S is like $200.
It's still $300, and you've got the black model for $350,
which is still $50. Yeah. But you can find the X for $100 in some places if you look right.
It's just something to think about. Like, look at the competition. Look at what they're selling. Look at what in-house what Sony is doing. Like, it's something to think about. Like, how are they going to release something newer and have it be the same price or cheaper? Can it be done?
No.
Or is it going to be or is that pendulum's going to swing the other way? And what's interesting is the $500 console. We all remember when that came out? That was mid-gen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, so that introduced it. And so when we have these consoles, they released that $500.
Mm-hmm.
So what's interesting is if a player in the market is going to release a new hardware today and it's more expensive than what our $500 machines, not saying it is or isn't, but let's say if they do, what does that mean for the next generation consoles that are going to come out down the road? Because this affects everybody.
Well, that's why Xbox is not going to have a mid refresh.
And
they're going to beat the shit out of Sony.
This is where the industry is trending. So the question is, how does it affect you guys as gamers? And it's not a conversation I hear anyone really having, right? And it is something that I think it should be speculated more. The voice should be heard more before things are finalized. For things in the future, a couple of years from now, or 3 years, 4 years from now. I think that conversation should start now with you guys, and see what you're willing to do, because that's always a evolving thing. Like, our dollar's not worth the same as it was yesterday. Like, we all know that, right? So, so what is the threshold for you guys? Like,
so Don, here's the thing. What I was saying before about the hardware. How many people bought the PSVR 2? Not many. Not even close to 2 million. I think it was
that's
like
a peripheral. Talk about the PlayStation Pro.
Well, I mean, all right. I mean, I'm just saying the hardware that
it's
they
still
released.
Hardware, it's not software, but I got you.
Yeah. But even the Portal, how many sold? Not many.
Well, I don't know. I'm seeing Husky saying that it sold pretty good. It sold well. I mean, but I've heard it. Well, it sold well in the beginning from what we heard. I haven't heard anything here lately.
And then they've heard anything later on from that, because it has stopped selling. the thing is, when you come out with new hardware, PS5 Pro, once again, that is going to be between $600 and $700. No one is going to be going to go pay for that thing. Now, granted, I may be proven wrong because
Yeah, I think they will.
Just recently, Microsoft released the SpongeBob Xbox Series
Hey,
X. And it was
Ham, we got to take the L on that. We got to take the L on that.
Nah, people,
That
it's
thing
sold
sold
out.
out.
Believe it or not, it's
That
sold
thing
out.
sold out.
Yeah,
That
that's
SpongeBob
true.
shit sold out, Ham. I couldn't believe it.
$700. $700.
Ham, the damn
$200 paint job.
Me and Ham was clowning Microsoft Monday about that damn SpongeBob. Like $700, it sold out. Now it doesn't matter if it was 500.
How many did they make?
That's the question.
The limited edition. We don't know.
We all know it's limited edition.
Yeah, but still $700. I didn't think that shit was going to move at all, and I was wrong. I'll take the L.
What was that, Mitchie?
For SpongeBob.
Yeah,
SpongeBob. Yeah.
SquarePants.
I'm not taking the L on that game, Maggie. You're gonna have to go a little further with that one on me. Like, see, the reason I don't take an L on that is because I wasn't.
Listen to this fool.
It's not that I didn't think like
He's
that.
talking like you bought one.
I don't understand why they don't do that. What?
He's talking like you bought one.
I'm giving you a hard time, man. I'm giving you a hard time.
Yeah.
There's some fighting words.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
He said,
I'm saying you bought one. That's why you're defending.
Oh no. I was saying I was saying that it's not that I didn't think it would exactly sell as much as I'm just like not very happy that they don't do that
more
with
often.
their first party.
More often. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that was my complaint. Like I'm sure there's going to be a bunch of people that buy something that's limited, especially if there's not too many made. But like even if there is a whole bunch made and it sells crazy like that, I think that kind of tells you should maybe try to do some stuff with
so you want
the things that people really like.
Hell yeah, get the Hellblade.
Like,
yes.
Why is a game like Diablo a sweepstakes thing? Like that should be like something that you can purchase. Like
it wasn't just Diablo.
Do the same little amount that you did with SpongeBob and just give it a try and see how it goes. What do you
think about the covers that they did with Starfield?
The covers are fine, but it's just to me, it's just like I don't know. It's like the covers are the difference between having the Starfield watch and getting decals in the mail to make my watch have the Starfield.
Fair enough.
Right. Exactly.
I got you.
So, I mean, like you just said, if we had a Hellblade console, obviously I'm copping that.
I'm copping.
I mean, let's see, what else? What's another good one that you guys think?
So that does raise an interesting question. Like back to K Mega's point was, people paid $700 for a paint job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So would people pay $700 for more gusto?
I don't know.
They would.
It depends.
They would, but this is what I was saying. Going back to
they just put a limited edition sticker on the box. What do they need to do?
Okay. So this is the thing right here. What I've been saying. If PlayStation is going with this PlayStation Pro, they're going to cannibalize themselves when they drop the PlayStation 6. Because people that did invest into the PlayStation 5 Pro is going to wait until the PlayStation 6 goes down in price. They're not going, or they'll, they might trade it in, but if the trade-in value isn't anywhere near worth of what they feel it is, they're going to wait. So that's why Xbox shouldn't do one, and I don't think they will do one. And then that means that they'll come out with a console around the same amount. I mean, with the same amount of what the Series X was, but it will be more powerful. I think that because this is the last Xbox console coming up.
Really?
No, it's not.
I think it is. I don't know. I could be wrong.
They already said 2035. They're already planning it out.
Okay, 2035. If they come out with a console in 2028, that's 7 years. That's usually around the lifespan of the console.
Yeah, they said they have plans for new hardware all the way up to 2035.
Right. So if you do 20, if they drop if they do a new Xbox in 2028, then that life cycle is 2035.
2025. And then once 2028 comes around, I guarantee that number is going to be pushed out. Like consoles are essential for ecosystem.
Right.
You can't remove them. And here's the thing: what are you going to power your cloud if you're not making new hardware?
Right. Exactly.
That's a good point.
Don, the same thing I've been telling people about.
They need each other. Like that's what people don't understand.
It's the same thing I've been telling people about the Surfaces. Like, sure, they don't make gateway computers anymore, but they still need some sort of hardware that they can have readily available to people that's just all of their stuff on it. And that's all they have to worry about. That's why Microsoft still has something like the Surface that runs just like a computer, and you can sit there and use it just like the most premium iPads and do all your drawings and stuff on it and whatnot. Like,
yeah, you're right. The Surface doesn't need to exist. Right? Like that. But what happens? It improves the ecosystem, and that's what they learned from like Apple. If you hate or like them, it's irrelevant. It's something they've learned from Apple. You know, every device that Apple has, even if you're not like into an AirTag or anything, like they all feed into the ecosystem and it helps the ecosystem be more healthy. The console, it hits a market that people don't realize, which is just plug and play, turn on, it works. That is the point of a console. And it doesn't matter if your internet connection is shitty or is it this or is it that, it just works. And there's a need for that. And then also there's a need for making hardware for the server racks. Like, you know, people keep saying like cloud streaming is going to take over everything, but they're like, what powers the cloud? It has to be hardware.
Exactly.
And it has to be hardware that's powerful. It's energy efficient.
What about
that's
AI?
A console. That's console. AI, same thing. It's a console. The console fits
it has to run on something.
Yeah. So my point is, they are codependent on one another, and that's something Microsoft understands with the cloud compute. And I'll say this: Microsoft probably doesn't make us. I would be surprised if Microsoft makes any money on their cloud compute with their console in regards to gaming. That subsidizes the cost of development for them on their cloud compute, and where they make the real money is selling to pharmaceutical companies. Because when you're not gaming on the cloud, guess what? They don't want their hardware sitting idle. They're selling it to other people for that cloud compute. So there's a reasoning behind that in regards to that. So that's where what Satya is all on board with console. Like he likes it because he's a big cloud guy.
Okay,
and it makes his cloud service even better.
MJ Dark is saying PC servers will power the cloud and via Azure can scale. He also says GeForce Now is not a console.
That is
GeForce
true.
Now is not a console.
No, it's not a console. No.
So, but I mean,
you're
it's a service.
Yeah, but so that's what I'm saying. Like with AI technology for what Microsoft is doing with Azure, could that not be the substitute for a console going forward?
You could do other hardware, but the thing is, what you look for in a server rack is powerful to energy efficient. Those two are coupled together. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So because it costs money to run electricity, it costs money to have that space, right? And so ideally is powerful hardware that doesn't suck up as much juice. And that's how they're able to make money on that sort of stuff. And so you'll see people that understand that going forward will make the most money in cloud. The console just happens to be that thing that does that. Now, the side note is it's easier to get support on xCloud than it is on GeForce Now. Much easier. Because guess what? Developers just making one game. They're clicking a box and giving permission to Microsoft to cloud stream it. It's streamlined. That's the reason. If you look at the people that failed already, right?
Oh, yeah.
Google.
Yep.
Amazon's not doing great on it, but they're still in the game, right?
Yeah.
Why do they not get support? Because the extra work that goes into using their network. The more streamlined, less extra work I got to do. Why not? I'm going to click the box. If you want to have a streaming service, go for it. I don't care. If you want to have latency, don't care. Want to have lower bit rate on your visuals? Not my problem. All I have to do is click a box as a developer. And that's the difference. That's why Microsoft's doing that's the reason why when they kind of said their games could be on GeForce Now, they didn't feel threatened. They didn't put a wall guard in there. They said, go ahead. So
they're still using servers. They're still using Microsoft servers.
Well, I mean, no. The thing is, NVIDIA kind of operates in their own terms, and they've done well for themselves.
Yeah, because
I have NVIDIA stuff myself, but
because Dark is in here, and he's MJ Dark. He's another developer too, as well, or somewhere around that or whatever. I don't know exactly what he's something within gaming or tech or something like that.
There's a lot of positions to be had. So
and he's like, GeForce Now, I'm using my Steam, Epic, or Game Pass. GeForce is way to play your digital library from Steam, Epic, Game Pass as well. So I understand all this that from that standpoint, but it's just from my thought is that, and you make a great point about the server, about having hardware in order for for the technology to go for the server farm or whatever. But to me, it's just the technology of the console itself. We know that it's not going to catch up with what PC is doing, because PC is doing crazy shit now. But
PC's constantly evolving.
Yeah, constantly evolving. But it's going to get to a point to where the standard of the console is going to get too expensive for the console market. That's why I say that. Well, because if you're looking at it from the standpoint, because just look at what the younger generation are doing now. Like, they are playing games on the go. That's why I think what Xbox is, from what the rumors are, I think it's going to be smart if they do a Switch type of console. I think a hybrid, that would be amazing, right? But the thing for me is just like, okay, the console space is shrinking. It's going to become like the record. I don't doubt
it's not shrinking. People don't understand. It's not shrinking. It's still growing. It's just not growing at the same exponential rate as others.
Well, it's still is not. If it's not growing to the point to where it used to be,
it's just not growing at the same rate as the other categories. If the other categories are 0, the exponential growth rate is going to be higher.
I don't know, man. I'm seeing Peter Moore and other people saying stuff. I don't know.
That's how math works.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm
just telling you, consoles are necessary. 100% necessary.
Oh, I'm not saying that they're necessary. I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of like I think the console market is cooked in 2 more generations. I think it's cooked.
No, it ain't going.
Okay. See, I disagree. I don't think it's cooked as much as I just think it's going to evolve to something else.
I mean, I'm sure
it's not going to be as traditional as it currently is. Like, look at the evolution of what Nintendo had to go through with their trial and mega error, and then figuring out, this is a lot more useful for a lot more people.
Don't even call the Switch a console.
A lot more places.
But people don't. There's some people that don't even call the Switch a console. I say it's a console, but a hybrid.
It is.
It's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid, but I don't know.
It's a console.
But the point is,
when you look at the sales chart, what does it count as? A console sale.
Console,
But here's the thing: is PC hardware is always going to end up getting cheaper. The technology that drives it, right? We all know that, and consoles have never been at the cutting edge. PC's always outpaced it. If you're willing to spend the money, and this is the key thing, if you're willing to spend the money, you can get a better experience on PC. I mean, not the most stable experience, but technically a better experience.
You'll get a better. You're right.
That will always be the case.
That's fair.
Because it, and I hate to classify this, it's more of an adult market, right? So there's a big chunk of people that leave the console space. And this is the reason why, there's a lot of talks about mid-gen consoles, is they leave the space and they go to PC. That's what happens. That's just the harsh truth for console guys. They got to understand that. But there is, with that big chunk that leaves, there's a younger generation that comes up with console. People keep thinking it's people our age. It's not the case. It's not the case. It's the younger age that's graduating into it. I started on a 13-inch television, right? And now you have displays that are portable that are bigger than my TV when I was a kid. right? Like the reality is people grow into these different categories in regards to they may go from like a portable device to straight to PC. They may go to console. There's some people that come, believe it or not, they've done several generation of PC upgrades and they're tired of it, and it's just easier for them to buy a console. I've known people that have done that as well. The ecosystem is expanding, is what it is. It's not contracting; it's expanding, and the both of them are going to feed into one another, and they're both going to grow. Like you ever seen the PC market shrink these days? It doesn't shrink; it continues to
Get
grow.
bigger.
Right? This continues to grow. This is the biggest growth, right? The reason why your phone's the biggest growth is because it has the biggest amount to catch up to, but it contributes, right? And certain things don't do well on this platform. Certain things do. Like so, there's different types of games that do well on different types of platforms. So it's just here's the thing: consoles are not going away. I will stand by this. Consoles will not go away. And I think they will continue to grow. I don't think they will grow more than 10 to 15%. I think that's kind of where they're level out at. And then eventually this is going to hit a plateau. PC is going to eventually hit that same plateau where they get only 10 to 15% growth. Um, so a lot of they're just trying to get all the stuff that's left on the table. That's all they're trying to do in regards to that. And I think Microsoft doesn't think releasing, and this is what they're looking at. You know, if you look at Phil and what he's saying, because there's a change in their strategy, I think they're looking at it from a perspective of saying, hey, if I release, you know, it has an effect the overall um, bottom line with consoles. I don't think when they release things on PC, they've already kind of established that. So they're looking at it from a perspective of saying, okay, if we start expanding other platforms and release stuff that we haven't traditionally released stuff, does it affect? And so these four an experiment, and they hit each these different categories for them as Microsoft. If they feel like it affects the overall sales of their hardware to some degree, they probably will retract back and not do as much of it. And the most of the reason why is Microsoft makes more money not on first party, but on third party on their console. Same thing with Sony. That's where they make all the money. That's why Nintendo is not as profitable as those two companies, even though they have more hardware, because the software is not selling except for their own software. So there's layers to this. There's a codependency on all this sort of stuff. Like in respect to your thoughts, but give it time. See what happens after the next hardware happens. See how the conversation happens. Just sit back and look. You'll see that they'll start talking about and push that number out because they have to.
Wasn't there a recent report that Nintendo was the most profitable video game company in Japan?
As far as money on hand, though, cash.
Company in Japan?
Yeah, the most profitable video game company in Japan right now.
I would have to look at the numbers.
I think I did read something about that, but I don't know though. I couldn't.
I mean,
I'm never
it's not that I throw shade
at
at the Switch or anything like that. Like they made up a lot of ground with that console, but they don't have the third party sales as any other platform. Like they're not even close.
But they double and quadruple though. They double, triple, and quadruple when it comes to their exclusives though. Other than
but that doesn't make up enough. It doesn't. They're not even close.
It's going to help them a lot though when Microsoft starts putting those Activision games on there though.
Yeah, but
now they got rid of Yuzu, so they can't.
Yeah.
No emulator no more.
No emulation. Well, there's
I don't think the PC community is gonna because they already got another emulator already out. So you can't fuck with those people.
Ryujin is the other emulator.
Yeah. So. Well, they can fix that easily. All they have to do is release their games on PC.
Right.
Yep.
And make tons of money.
If you do that, you make it easier for the consumer to obtain the product. Then piracy goes away.
Right.
So usually a lot of times piracy is an issue with things costing too much. In regards to that. That's why you see like certain countries like piracy is really, really high. Well, what happens when you lower the price? The piracy goes away. So
what happens when you release the games to multiple outlets? The piracy goes away.
Yeah, you just have to make the barrier to entry to be easier for everybody. But it's just one of those things. All this stuff is codependent on one another. People that think And I don't think PC's going away. I don't think portables are going away. I don't think any of this stuff's going away. I think all these things are going to grow. Some are just going to grow more than others, and that's really all there is to it.
We're going to get out of here. I said I was going to hit the button, and then I should have hit the button 15 minutes ago. But
before I said anything.
I guess we could try to talk about, I called them Sweet Gum. I'm sorry. What was they called? Sweet Baby?
Sweet Baby Inc.
Yeah, maybe we'll talk about Sweet
I don't
Baby
want to
Inc.
talk
Monday.
about that.
So I did. I wanted to get messy about it, but I wanted to see what, because I thought this was going to be a really good topic.
I'm all set.
What'd you say?
I'm all set.
He's all tired out from earlier today.
We're gonna talk about it Monday. I know that, sucker. But
It's not the only company you're gonna talk about.
Give me that baby back, that sweet baby. Let's go.
I'm gonna tell you right now, just for a little tease, and have the internet autism go out there and find all this stuff. There is many consultant companies out there, a lot of them. I'm not okay. Matter of fact, I hate all consultant companies. I think they're leeches on the industry, and they don't contribute anything. It doesn't matter what the subject matter is in regards to that. But that being said, look, there's more, and I think they really, really prevent art from happening. And a lot of things that people are complaining about they want in games today that they're slowly started getting are the same people that stood in the way of those things happening in the first place.
Yep.
Something to think about.
I don't know. I you know me. I'm all about inclusion. Give it to me all. I don't care. Give it to me.
The same people that stood in the way of that happening.
I'm not, because I'm ready to get into it. I will not.
The same people that stood in the way of that happening.
Me and Ham's gonna have to talk about it, and me and you gonna have to talk about it down on Devin the Gamer. I can't wait. But I got to get out of here. My mouth is hurting. I'm sweating like hell. Y'all over here got me over here. Panting over here like it's hot in Mississippi. Lord have mercy. I need some water. Anyway, guys.
Agua.
Man. Oh man, I've been wanting to blow my nose for an hour. Anyway.
You should just go on mute then blow your nose.
Try to be a professional. Not. Anyway. Ham Solo, appreciate you coming, stopping by. You know what I'm saying what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? Are you out there in Boston? You know what I'm saying? Get ready for PAX. You know what I'm saying? That's awesome. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not in Boston.
You're not in Boston yet? I thought it was this week. This coming up week.
No.
When is it?
That's the 20th.
Oh shit! So what are you doing? You look like you in a hotel.
His mother's house.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you at your mom's
birthday weekend.
Oh shit! I was like, damn, you over here? Okay. I'll tell your mom I said happy birthday. She should have never conceived your bitch ass, but that's okay. Anyway.
Wow, that's fucked up, bro. That's so fucked up.
Nah,
I just like how you're just keeping the cold stare going.
It's cool. It's cool. I'll let it slide. Can't make it kind of hard.
I've had a hard buzz, bro. I haven't had a hard buzz.
I told him he gets one more month before I start harassing him.
Yeah, no. I got to get busy. But anyway, no, tell your mom.
I'll see you Monday.
Yeah.
I'll see you on Monday.
All right, he get ready to cook me Monday anyway. All right, Ham, let everybody know where they can find you at, brother.
You can find me here on Monday for the crossover. It's going to be on K-Mega's channel this week, or this coming week. And then on my channel, TSWS Gaming, and then on Twitter at HamSolo05 Gaming. That's it.
All right, nice. And yes, you know what I'm saying, Husky, I will hit you up so you can come on to the show next week. It will be great. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry I missed your thing. Like I said, I've been busy running around, but man, it's all good. All right, man. Mitchie, thank you so much for coming through. It's always a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? I still have not forgot what you said at the beginning of the show. That is still on my mind. And, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to see that in person.
Oh, no.
Anyway, what you at, Mitchie?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so at Mitchie1971 on Xbox and Mitchie71 on PlayStation and on Twitter.
Nice. Excellent. Excellent. Go
or X,
follow.
whatever they are.
Yeah,
Same.
X Twitter. You know what I'm saying? You just watch
Twitter
out.
X.
Twitter X Twitter, whatever. But yeah,
Whatever it is.
go follow my girl Minchie. You know what I'm saying? Does a lot, really good people. Just like Ham Solo, go follow him. He's halfway decent. You know, he's halfway decent. It's Loke and everybody else that are good people. Now, let me stop lying. It's just Matt.
Did you just say good people?
It's just Matt. Matt's the best. Anyway. Oh shit. Sir X-Man, where can they find your old gristle ass?
Oh, hanging out with your silly ass on Fridays. I hope the Tooth Fairy put something under your pillow.
Hey, buddy, y'all got me scared over here talking about I'm finna get some
I hope they put Chucky under your pillow.
Damn, give me throat.
That's weird.
Stab me in the throat. Okay. All right. Well, where can I find you, sir?
Hanging out here with K-Mag and I forgot what you said when I was on C Money show, Ham Solo. That's fucked up, dude. That was so fucked up.
Okay, man. Come on, man. You just tearing up my monetization, man. Come on, man.
Dude, you know how much cousin was in here earlier? But I just want to hit Ham Solo with a little slander. That's all.
Hit him.
His bald ass.
Hit him. Oh my God. Hit him. Hit him. Hit him.
You know, Mr. Clean shaven man trying to be something special out here in the world.
Oh, man. That man sounds salty more than anything. That sounds like shade. That sounds like you salty.
Yeah. The missus said, you gonna have to do something about that shit. But other than that, GRG, I jump into various people's podcasts, have some fun, talk some stuff, you know. That's about it. And still playing Tomb Raider. I'm getting fun. I'm getting to Miss Datler now. I'm having a good time.
Good deal.
That's
good
it.
deal. All right, man. Let's go on to Viper. You know what I'm saying? Man, he refuses to man, that Brazilian flag in the back, man, you got to do better, man. Why are you come on, man. What are you doing? Anyway, man,
what's wrong with Brazil?
Nothing's wrong with Brazil. He says he's Jamaican, but it's a Brazilian flag back there, man. Come on, man.
Oh my God.
I don't know why he's doing a green flag with a green screen. That's a little weird.
Yeah, I don't.
That's funny, isn't it?
It's not. Oh my God. Y'all crazy. Y'all so crazy.
And man, thank you for and again, thank you for last week, brother, man. You know what I'm saying? That was wonderful, man.
Check your phone. Let's see.
Oh, not again.
You got to be bullshitting. Come on, bro.
No, I mean, so I was on bullshitting earlier today. It was a fun show, and thank you for having me, Loke and Ham Solo. That was a very good show, and I will be on Sunday's show with Loke and everybody else, and we're gonna have a little bit more talk about this Sweet Baby Ink stuff. And it's also a pleasure being here every Friday on GRG. You can catch me on Xbox and Steam at RG Viper X. And what's going on?
No way.
The wipe.
Man, no.
What?
Bro, what are you doing?
Did he send you $1,000?
What? No. What are you talking about? Anyway, so you can catch me at RG Viper X on Xbox and on Steam, and and on Twitter maybe sometimes. I don't know. I'll be there.
Did you just send him a math question? What the hell's going on?
Bro, man, what are you doing, man? Hold on, I'm gonna show it. What are you doing? What are you doing?
What?
What the hell are you doing?
What does that say?
It's got 2 decibels. I don't understand. How do you do that with 2 decibels?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Man, come on, man.
What? What?
What he's saying, I can't see it.
Well, you know he's in a foreign country where he's donating to, like that's pesos, man. So watch out.
If it's pesos, okay, I'm cool with that. But
that's Jamaican dollars,
Bro, this is almost feel like this is coming to be one of them things where it's like a you remember when I helped you out, K Mega? Now I need your services.
You
I will
your,
have my fellas give
money
you a
back,
call,
man.
bro.
He owed you that pimp money, man. That's what that was. He forgot to give it to you, man.
He gonna want me to go get somebody to bring him to his hostile little place. What the hell, bro? We'll talk.
You come down to Oklahoma, K Mega gonna spoil your ass.
Oh man, yeah. You'll get the best. You'll get the best for sure. You come out here to Oklahoma, man. No doubt.
You gotta hook him up. You gotta hook him up.
Oh man, I'll take care. Oh yeah, I'll take care of him. No doubt about it. I'll take care of all you guys. You come down here to Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying?
Now, see, what needs to happen is we need to go to some video gaming convention where
I want to do that.
We could get.
I want to do that.
I mean, I would love to find a spot.
Would you guys go if I hold one?
Yeah, we go for you, bro.
Of course.
I've been thinking about it. I don't know if I can pull it off, but I've been thinking about it.
I mean, if we can have something to replace E3, not
ain't never gonna replace that.
You're asking way too much of me. With that.
Not Summer Game Fest, but something else in place of E3. Yes, I would love to go there and then meet up with all you guys and then just chill, have fun, talk about games, see the
drink a little
stuff.
bit.
No,
you don't drink.
No, I don't drink.
Man. Oh man. Oh, anyway. Okay. All right, man. And last but not least, man, Viper, good God. Don, man, let everybody know where they can find you at. What the hell, bro?
Man. Look, K Mega, I've known you for 8 years, and I still don't have a link to my channel.
You do got a link to your channel. You got a link to your
to my Twitter. I got a link to my Twitter. It's not even Twitter anymore.
If you go to oh, is that not your Twitter anymore? Oh shit. You go to your
it's not Twitter anymore, it's the X.
Okay, what? Oh shit. You go to okay, I do gotta go back and fix all that.
So I'm gonna rely on Yobi in the chat. If you can do me a favor, since I don't have a wrench, can you put a link to my streaming channel? I will be streaming tonight. I just need food after this.
Damn.
Yeah,
man, come
on. Man, I know where our friendship lies. I mean, I get it. I get it.
Oh my God.
I got a link to his streaming channel.
Oh my God.
How come you don't, K Mega?
Okay, hold on. I'm going to it right now. Go ahead, go do it. Keep talking. Don.
Yeah, it's okay. Anyways, but I will be streaming. I will be streaming later tonight. No, Viper does not have to donate $1,000 to hang out with me. You can just show up.
Stop it! Stop it!
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hanging out with me is free. Just to be very clear.
Wow.
I'm just happy people show up. Or I'm happy if people put my link in their podcast after knowing them for 8 years. So either way is good.
I jumped in with you. That was fun.
So
there you go. Right?
That's tragic, hey, Maggie. That is disrespectful.
Hey, listen here.
Yeah.
I've been working hard to try to get his respect. It's going to take time.
Oh my God.
It's going to take time.
Follow my boy, the Don. He's right there. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and put it right there. All right. And so before we get out of here, I asked the question, how important are exclusives to you? 33% said very important. 27% says, I don't care. Just give me games. 25% says only first party games. And 12% says not important. So, I mean, very important for the 33%. It won, but it was kind of close. It was almost kind of even. So I feel by the next time that we ask this question again, I think it's going to be in the 20s. You know what I'm saying? When it's all said and done. And then not
I think that question is going to evolve in the next couple of years.
That's what I'm saying. I think that
as these companies fill things out and see if it doesn't hurt their bottom line on their hardware, they'll continue to do it.
But where's the identity for the for their platform then? Because if they're going to put it out on other places, then what is the point of having that platform?
It's the game of the chicken argument, right? Like if one side holds off entirely and they can hold off financially, right? Then the consumer would look at that and go, well, I'm going to get that other piece of hardware. I understand that argument. That's not like a debatable argument. I get it. But if they're both seeing that the fact that it's not affecting their bottom line on their console sales, which I think is my theory, it hasn't been proven yet, but at least it's leading that direction. If it doesn't affect that bottom line, they still see that 10 to 15% growth, then they have no problem. And you'll start seeing that time, right? Like the competitor Sony, slowly being closer and closer. They're going to build their games out, so there are multiple pieces of hardware. Eventually, they'll get there in the next couple of years. And you're going to see that, and then they'll probably do the same thing like Xbox did, dip in their toe in regards to that. I mean, this is a bold prediction. I think eventually Nintendo will release their products on PC.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen too.
I think it's eventually going to happen. Yeah, like I don't think there are so many people that love Nintendo but don't love their hardware, and I'm one of those.
Right.
And, yeah, and obviously there's a market for those games on PC, otherwise the emulators wouldn't exist. So if the market's there and they supplement that, they fill out that market, say with older legacy like 8-bit titles or something along those lines, and kind of work their way up, I can see them being a thing. But then again, then you're just buying hardware because that's where you invested your software. Like if you invest a lot in the Sony ecosystem, you're going to get a Sony console. If you invested a lot in Xbox, you're gonna get an Xbox console, and then these other things like streaming and PC will be supplementary stuff for you. And then other people, their main thing, there's going to be some people their main thing is streaming. Some people their main thing is going to be PC. It's going to be it's just really not going to matter. You're just going to buy what you want. Really is what it boils down to. Just like a television. Like your television plays everything, right? So who gives a shit if I own a Samsung or own an LG? At the end of the day, who really gives a shit?
True.
All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. I'm over here taking off the sweet baby back ribs topic. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming through. It is early. It's cold and rainy out here in Oklahoma, so you know what I'm saying, you should already be having something to snuggle up on too, and enjoying yourself. But if not, if you got to get out, go do your thing. You got plenty of time. You know what I'm saying? Because I got to live through y'all. And as I always say, man, protect yourself, but always enjoy that pants off dance off. Let's go. DJ Bardo. All right, guys. Thank you so much. See y'all next week. Still on the fence about Fight Night Sunday, this coming up Sunday, but I will get back on the ropes. I promise you guys, and we'll get to it. Let me see if hopefully this cold will go away, and this thing with my tooth will calm down.
The harassment campaign starts in a month.
Bro.
The harassment it hasn't started yet, but I'm telling you now.
Next week, Don. Next Saturday, Don, we'll be streaming together. We'll be back on Floppy. We'll be back. Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
No. Oh, all right, we out, guys. All right, man. Good night.
Hey, thanks for checking out the GRG podcast. All your gaming news and our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. This was the GRG podcast.